boom, 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 boom. Mm. Happy Thursday, Pantheonus.
Hello,
What's going on?
welcome. I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. Things could be better, but life's. The years start coming and they don't stop coming. Then they get the ground running. Didn't make sense when it's for fun.
Coming.
Your brain goes numb.
Oh, oh. I do not know all the words to that song. So,
Yeah, I thought you were singing a different song. I was gonna be like, "Oh, is that another life song? Let's go."
nah, dog. I don't know the words.
It sounded very 3LW. In the chat is Brother Stark, who says don't be sleep on them Pantheon Thursdays. Yeah, don't sleep on us. I'm not gonna read your other
Never
comment
that.
though. Not gonna read the other comment. Nope. Torian. Naries 21 is here. Johnny Rastafari. Darius never on time. What's up, fam? Hey, Chill got his hair did. Yeah, yo. The comments on Chuma, you're here. Like 12 hours ago. Good evening. Mike says, glad to see it's finally 9:20 in the 51st state. Oh, he actually believes that though. Like, you guys have a terrible Trump, like a president right now.
It is kind of funny.
remarkably
It's kind of
bad.
comical. It's like Canada being America North. It's lightly funny. Not
But it's
not because
so-
of him, obviously, because he's serious, but like not.
But it's so unpresidential, so unbefitting of the
Yeah,
office.
it is.
Like,
Sure.
I don't know how do you go back from this? I feel like Republicans, anyways, they're the ones to be all prim and proper. Like, oh, this guy can't be a candidate. He's from the streets. He's doing it. Like, you can't
That's
say
done.
that shit.
All of that
anymore.
is done. Like
There's-
anybody can run for president. Jon Stewart is a very popular. He's polling well as the Democratic candidate, like a fucking TV host. So I don't think the normal barriers to entry for a presidential candidate are there anymore. It's just who can collect the most money to be seen to kind of win one of the major parties is kind of where it's at these days. So
Forgetting TV hosts. How you feel about Stephen A. Smith? I mean, my God, Stephen A. Smith. That's a 9. That's a 10. That's a 11. That's a 12.
Yeah, it's gonna be a no for me, dog. I don't think that. First of all, that's not the class of people I'm looking for my next leader. If I'm even looking that way for leadership, but I'm definitely not looking in the commentator space. And then with him specifically, I think we just kind of diverge on the politics overall, socially,
Oh, I wasn't being
fiscally,
serious.
politically, all
I
of
was
that.
joking. I didn't mean it at all. I thought you could tell.
Oh, I thought you was really asking me what I thought about Stephen A. as a presidential candidate.
No. I'd rather get what's the mayor of Baltimore? What's his name?
I know who you're talking about. Brandon.
He doesn't look like he takes money from Israel.
He probably doesn't. He's in Baltimore.
You'd
Doesn't
be
mean
surprised
he's
though.
not
The New York
political
mayoral candidates, 3 of the New York mayoral candidates are in the pocketbooks of that country.
Fact.
Totally agree with your take on Rob from Comics.
Candidate.
I agree with your take on Rob from Comics Explained, Marcus. He definitely knows better. Yeah, that was your video earlier today, huh?
I appreciate you. Yeah, no. Facts. Gotta pull my brother out of the sunken place every now and again. It's not even a sunken place. It's just like I take it as you're playing in my face. Like I know you know better. So like, are you trolling me? Like, are you playing around? Is this a joke or what? This didn't add up. What's going on, Tori?
What's going on, y'all?
Hey.
And the person you were thinking of, chill, was Brandon Scott.
Brandon Scott. There you go. Brandon Scott.
There we go. I bet he saw concerts of the Wretched. I bet he had big fun in his childhood.
One of the best episodes of any show ever. So many quotable lines, so many moments.
Shoot. Wow, not the mayor, but where were we again? We're talking about The Rock. Oh, Rob Comics Explained. Yeah, back to Rob. It came out of nowhere. But also what I don't like, if maybe this is what he did, where he's like, let me prove all those recast T'Challas are toxic and aggressive, and I'm just gonna do this and see what happens. Yeah, and I can't wait for Chillmonger and back of the bus to tell me, insult me, and
they had rightly already stumped a mud hole in his butt before I even seen it. So like it wasn't even. We ain't even need to lead the charge. They was all over him, just off of the inclination.
What's going on, Junior Network and Pam?
What up?
Okay.
Yeah, again, it just felt like it was out of left field. Like who asked you to stir this pot like this morning? Like what did you have in your heart when you decided to send that tweet? Who just pops
by
up?
The way, Marcus,
like,
I just finally found your channel, and I actually just subscribed like an hour ago.
I appreciate it.
So now I have some binge watching to do, and I'll probably do that when I'm at the gym tomorrow. That's good cardio. Good cardio listening.
Yes, sir. Hop up on that Dubs and Nails playlist and just let it rip. Let it go.
He gives the L for no reason to Jeff Teague every single week.
Oh no, it's deserved. It's deserved. 99.9% of the time.
Oh, wasn't he the same one that made that comment about Michael Jackson? Wasn't that him?
They're both from Indiana.
He had said something controversial about someone being better than Michael Jackson.
It wasn't him.
Like that.
It wasn't him. No, that was someone else. For sure, it wasn't him. Someone said something about Chris Brown and Michael Jackson, but that wasn't him.
Okay.
I will say, most
Michael
of
Jackson, and look who we spawned.
I will say most of his hot takes are sports related for the most part. For the most part.
So Torian, you were there the time everyone was talking box office. You want to talk box office? Chill was right? Like Chill was over here, standing his ground, telling you you're all losing your bets. Why don't you just let me? And then maybe
I actually got into like a little box office debate in my Discord with somebody today because they had posted up a screenshot of the Man of Steel box office against the Superman box office, and it said looked like Zack Snyder has won this or won, and everything like that, because they put up the final numbers that Zack had for Man of Steel from 2013, and I think it was like $670 million plus dollars, and right now Superman is at like 580, and they're about to pull it out of the theaters, which is actually crazy because usually they give them a 45-day window. They gave them 35 days. So they took 10 days off away from, and I said that 10 extra days could have put them at 600. If they could have stayed that extra 10 days, they could have definitely crossed that $600 million threshold.
I don't know that they're pulling the movie. They're just going to do digital release, but it doesn't mean they're pulling it.
But that means, but it can still kind of undercut it too, because everyone's going to go straight to digital. So, and that's not going to count towards the theatrical box office. So,
can I stop you for a second? Superman. Domestically 334. If we go to Man of Steel,
that's what I was telling me. I said domestically they got him beat. Internationally they don't. So
you can't control like Superman didn't have a Chinese release. Man of Steel did have a Chinese release. Plus there's tariffs and other things internationally that you can't count for. Right? It's kind of unfair. Even with that, that's still saying a lot that it even still made that much, even without the Chinese release. And it's actually been a few movies that have come out that have done very well without a Chinese box office.
That's why I don't. When I look at it, I feel like they're talking out of both sides of their mouths. On one side, it's the movie doesn't have to make money. And you're stupid if you add 225 plus 225 and then take half of 225 and add that on top and expect that to be the budget that they have to make money. You're dumb, right? On one side of their mouth. Then on the other side, we've got a major production for Warner Brothers that cost $250 million to make, that's sliding in right at about, let's give it $600 million. Let's say they slid in right at about $600 million. That wasn't the expectation. And so that's why now we're getting this thing on to HBO Max as fast as we can to maximize off of the obviously the good fan reception that it's got, but also to paint some of this as much as possible as a win. Right?
It's
because
digital, it's video on demand, not so much HBO Max. We still don't know that.
Right. Again, the video on demand is the precursor to their streaming.
It'll probably be earlier on Max
digital. Right. Yeah. It's like Torian said, it's by by and large, the theatrical run is done when they're moving it on to digital. So if they're waving the flag at that point, that means it's no longer cost effective to keep renting auditoriums to show it when it's pulling in, less than $10 million a day. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I feel like, again, we're talking on both sides of our mouths. Did it not have to make money? Because if it didn't make money, then let it stay there for 45 days. If money doesn't matter and we're all dumb for putting a target on the money based on the money you said you spent to make it, then let it stay in the theater. Let it complete its run. The fact that they're undercutting it tells me that they have ascertained as well as we have that it's probably about done. I don't think at this point the difference between 585 and 600 million is worth them continuing to rent auditoriums to put it in.
And also, too, it came out in a very
stacked versus propaganda for me. Like what you do empirically versus what you say is the struggle I always have with Gunn and Warner Brothers.
And it also came out in a very stacked month. You got Jurassic World, Superman, and Fantastic Four all coming out in the same month. And I said to myself, if each of those movies came out in their own individual month, they could have each made $1 billion. Well, or close to it. Well, Jurassic World probably could have because that was the one that came the closest. I mean, that one went over 700 million.
Yeah, your boy told y'all that Jurassic Park was gonna win July. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't so sure, and I didn't get it right about the Superman versus Fantastic Four. I don't think any of us saw Fantastic Four getting goddamn curb stomped in week 2, week 3. Well, other than Chillmonger, of course. A broke clock is right twice a day. You gotta give him a win when he gets a win. But
now it's the highest grossing MCU movie of the year, which isn't saying much because like it is gonna look like it's definitely not going to hit that 500 million mark.
You don't even think it's going to hit 5?
I don't think it's going to hit 5.
Where's it at now?
It's at like 430 right now.
Really?
Oh, I didn't even. Well, Jurassic World is at over 800. I didn't even know that. I'm 100. I'm 100 million behind. Forgive me. I was at 441. Okay,
441 for Fantastic.
Last time I saw it was 430, but I don't think
you don't got another 60.
They can do it.
They got into the end of the month. I'll put it. Maybe the second or last week of August before they pull it.
Every day it goes down minus 61% from last week, minus 58, minus 58, minus 61. So like I don't know if you put it in your calculator. If it continues at this rate, you could probably figure it out. But don't listen to me. What do I know about box offices? Sorry. This is your segment.
Man. You can't. That's why you can't give him none, man. You got to starve him of attention. Here you act like this. Darius, you ain't said a word since you popped down there in that box, man. What's up?
No, I was having a conversation. What's going on?
What's up?
That shit, man.
So I think based on what I'm seeing right now, so far, the highest grossing movie of the year is Lilo and Stitch. So far, it's the only $1 billion film of the year so far, too.
Didn't Minecraft didn't hit
it came close. I think it's like short of like 40 something million. They got like 950 something. So
worldwide?
they were worldwide. It made about 900 something million worldwide.
Okay, how do I get to worldwide? I don't see it. I don't see the
international. International.
There we go.
Oh, worldwide. Okay.
Worldwide 2025. No, there was a Chinese movie. Remember that one?
Who's checking animated?
For that? Okay. Then Lilo, then Minecraft.
Like movies that we saw. Don't let Perp Minded be in the chat. He gonna get all over you. I know he's probably seen whatever that movie is 4 times.
And then F1 came out of nowhere because the rest of the world cares about F1.
Yes, sir.
Everyone was good. It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
577. Good on them. Mission Impossible did poorly. They thought it would make more than just 595.
What messed up with Mission Impossible was them releasing it the same weekend as Lilo and Stitch.
I mean,
that and the budget was way too high.
The budget, yeah, you spent $400 million on a movie. How are you ever
for that movie?
How are you ever going to make like that? You're talking about. All right, we got to go $1.2 billion. We got to go $1.2 billion to try to go make the money here. That's lofty.
And here I'm thinking the last Fast movie was expensive, which it was. That was budget for that last Fast movie was high, but this one I didn't think anything could eclipse that, and this did it. And Tom Cruise was like, "Listen, this is my last time playing this character. I don't care." Like
now, me as a fan, just watching the end to the Mission Impossible series, I didn't give a shit about how much it cost. It was amazing. It was crazy. He pushes the limit on stunts, and I appreciate that as a viewer. So spend the money, spend it. I don't give a shit.
I said if Tom Cruise wasn't an actor, he could have either been one of two things. He could have been a cross country runner or a stunt man.
Cross country runner is crazy. He's seen with the
because let's be real here. When it came to the Mission Impossible movies, that's what people was looking forward to him doing them runs.
The fucking run, eat them.
Like literally, I'm in the theater watching it, and they like up there. I literally heard people say they're up there. Tom Cruise go running again. Like I literally heard people saying that they go running again.
I'm mad at Lilo and Stitch success because Ohana doesn't mean family at that movie. That's a terrible message. It didn't cost them.
Listen, the kids don't care. They don't care. But one thing I am proud of as far as movies so far that go this year is that I'm glad that there has been an influx of original IPs that come out this year that did well.
Oh, sure.
Like Sinners and F1 and now Weapons. Some like that. I like seeing original IPs starting to really get some shine this year.
That's what's up. Yeah, same. The Weapons film is getting a lot of good buzz.
So much, in fact, that Gladys is getting a spinoff.
Do you think that our conversations about box office is wrong? I feel like there's kind of that sentiment growing, talking about why do you care about what it costs? You didn't buy it. So that's sort of something that's happening now. I think
box office was always a topic of discussion, even at a time when it wasn't when you got to think when you didn't have social media, so people didn't really like look. Well, I'll put it like this. Back in the day, like when like the channel E, they used to always go over box office numbers every week. And I used to that was actually one of the few times I actually watched it to see what those numbers are. And sometimes what they'll have
you watched E, it's okay.
Was at the bottom of the bar and at the screen, and it would scroll. Oh, the weekend box office. Number 1 was this. Number 2 is this. Number 3 is that. So so that's the only way you would be able to see, and they would always air it on like Sunday nights because that's when they would have their final numbers, and then they'll scroll it again on Monday, and then they would stop and they say, "Oh, we'll see you on Monday when we have the new numbers in," because that's how I would be able to catch it. But now because everything's online, you can just go box. Literally, they have a whole website dedicated to it, Box Office Mojo. Yeah.
I think it's similar to like the conversation of numbers in music now, like. That's how people validate their worth in the music space. Oh, my first week numbers for this album was this, that, and the third. Oh, he flopped. He only sold 23,000 the first week. I think the only difference between, the music business and the movie business is the fact that we know it's public information how much they put into it. For now. So it's easier for us to like zero in on what is a failure and what's not. There's a lot more smoke and mirrors in the music game to keep people from knowing the millions of dollars that might have got pumped into an artist just for them to brick week 1. But on the film side, we know usually down to the dollar what they got and what they put into the film. So it's easier to, ascertain whether or not the studio's happy about it after the fact.
But why are we doing that? Our job as a fan is to say, I like this. Let me talk about that. And enjoy the product. We spend too much time.
First of all, our job as a fan is a little bit objective, but also, what does fan stand for?
Fanatic.
It's for fanatic. Yeah, you obsess about every detail about these productions, and that's usually going to lead you into the very fine details of how it got built. It's the same reason why people are digging in behind the scenes on WWE now on that god awful.
They say the same thing. They say, "Well, just watch as a fan." Oh, that was always in the script.
You guys are dumb as hell. It's so stupid. Like, you want kids to immerse in your product and believe it, and like take it to heart the way that we did back during the Attitude Era. And you're pulling back the curtain on a Netflix show that's rated E for everyone that they could easily just watch. It's like, they've lost their complete minds over there at TKO. But anyways, back to this conversation. I think we obsess about it because we are fanatics. We get into the details, we dig, and that leads you to start judging in a different way than a general.
And when
fan.
that's all I talk about, fine, that's warranted. But I'm gonna talk about a movie like Torian will chat weapons with Dre and Blue. We'll do that, but we'll also talk about how good did weapons perform. Oh God, it made 40 million domestically. That's a record. That's the 6th time a studio like Warner Brothers had made a $40 opening weekend. This is great news for them.
And that's what another thing that I had brought up to you that I wanted to discuss. Let's just say that so far this year, Warner Brothers is the studio to beat. I mean, they have had hit after hit after hit. I don't think Warner Brothers has had a miss this year. I think like they are on a streak.
They did. What was it? No, Snow White wasn't them.
That
was Disney.
Wow. You have to say Snow White is Warner Brothers. But not.
They had a very good year, especially in a year where Disney needed to perform. Warner Brothers outdid them for most of the year. This is that out of both sides of your mouth, though, right? Like at the same time, we're touting all of this good reception that we're getting this year, which is real. I believe it's real. They're making money and people are excited. We're splitting the company up, right? Our stock price has never been lower than what it's been this year, right? Year over year. Like there are real things happening with the company that are suggesting they're not in the best financial straits. Now, a lot of that has to do with the streaming stuff, debt that they took on from Discovery when they merged the company originally. But like, I think if this year's box office performances were making that big of a difference, some of these things wouldn't be happening on the money side of things. Like they wouldn't be splitting the studio back up into their original forms before they even reformed, playing around with HBO Max 230 times. Max, HBO Max with a gray background, HBO Max with the blue background. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot still to be improved on. Now, this is the type of year you need to pull yourself out of that type of hole for sure. And I don't want to undercut that. They've had a very good year in terms of the blue blood studios in Hollywood. They've got to start actually from some of their big IPs. Superman, Batman. This conversation of, oh well, we don't need to make, that's just done. It's done. You can't keep putting up these type of productions and not getting to the bread. Now that's where these numbers conversations will really hit home, because if we're tight in the pocket, but all the fans love it, that sounds like a recipe for some disappointed fans, because Zaslav has already showed you he'll act some shit when the money doesn't make sense.
Mortal Kombat 2. That's their next big movie, October.
That is a very good example, because I feel like that's almost exactly where Superman is. It had positive fan reaction, didn't make a boatload of cash, or at least not as much as they wanted it to make, but we're almost definitely getting a sequel, right? So here we are with the sequel. I think it has just as much as hype as the first movie did when that one first premiered. Are we going to improve box office wise from the first? Do we grow the audience?
Well, the first one came out when it was after the first year of the pandemic. Like it came out in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that affected it as well. But I think this one stands a chance to actually do better. And it looks better and more improved from the first one, because there were some issues with the first one. One thing I did love, of course, is that the fatalities were there, which, of course, Mortal Kombat is known for. And it looks like they upped it more. They definitely expanded. Now it looks like they're getting ready to go into the tournament part of it. The first one is the
that's what I was waiting on.
So that's what people are looking forward to, is the tournament part of Mortal Kombat. And like I said, they got more characters in there. Now, here's the interesting thing. October is a packed month, just like July was, because October has Tron Ares, Black Phone 2, and Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
So you have all franchises in that month, just like July was all franchises.
And it says Michael also for some reason, but that's not.
Well, they moved that to April.
I don't
know why that.
Yeah,
I don't know why
Black
that's still
Phone
there.
is a Blumhouse.
I think so.
Okay.
Smashing
they'll
Machine.
concede a little bit of the market.
Oh
just
yeah,
off of that
I
alone.
forgot about that. That's the Rock's movie.
The Rock Smashing Machine.
Smash Machine.
Avatar: The Way of Water. Oh, that's the old one actually, right? The Way of Water. That's the second
Yeah,
movie.
that's the second one.
Okay. Tron Ares, like you said, that should be a big one.
Yeah, that might be a hit.
Jared Leto has 9 sexual.
They're going to need it. They're going to need it.
This movie is called "If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You." If you got, and it's a white lead, of course. If you guys needed any more example about, bro, where are the roles? We don't have enough black representation. There's white people getting moves called "If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You." Don't tell me that there's not enough space or our studio doesn't have. You can't. Sorry, Aldous Hodge. Go do a TV show. You can't. Don't tell me.
Wow.
Cool.
That's all I had as far as like box office and Warner Brothers. Congratulations, Warner Brothers. Y'all doing
Very
your thing.
good year. Yeah, very good year overall.
See, the thing is, and I know I said I was done. See, that's why James Gunn and Zaslav was fine over there with Superman, and they like, oh, we can breathe a little bit because they saw what Minecraft did, especially. Then they saw what Sinners did. Then they saw what Final Destination did. Then Bloodlines. They was like, wait a minute, hold on. We may not even have to go for that $1 billion that we thought we was going to go for. We just need to break even, turn a profit, and we're going to be good.
That's not a permanent solution. That's getting by. That's surviving.
I mean, I know that's getting by. See, the thing is, they got by because with this year, but the thing is, going forward, it's not going to always be like that.
Yeah, it's not going to work like that.
So they lucked up with this. But see, the thing is, they were glad that it happened like this because this is the first in this new universe.
Yeah, that.
So they were glad with this. So they were
Marvel. Yeah,
that's already there. You know, they still got years in. So they were probably, whew, we can breathe a little bit. But next year, you're not going to have that same luck because you got Supergirl coming out next year.
Look, man, Superman and Batman are part of the pantheon in DC. They're not lost leaders. If you can't prove to me that you can't make those brands work like in perpetuity, so that's we can go back. Those are supposed to be the brands you go to when you need a win, not Final Destination. Like that. I don't want to call it lucky. Because it was a good film, I enjoyed it, but that is not what's leading the charge now, or at least maybe I don't know. Maybe the movie market has changed so much that it could actually be the leader, and now the superhero content is the shit you just drivel out there. And you don't care how much you make about it.
Well, so much. In fact, there's word that they want to do a Final Destination 7.
Oh, I'm sure they're making another sequel.
I don't know how the story's going. I don't know how the story's going to go, but I mean, I'll still go watch it because I'm a fan of the films.
I think it was good. It warranted another follow-up. It was a good ending to Tony Todd's character. A very good, solid send-off to him. Not only his character, but even the actor himself. Yep. Just like you said, though, permanently going into next year and beyond.
Yeah, this was a lightning in a bottle catch for Warner Brothers this year, especially when it came to Superman. Yeah. So like they lucked up, but see, like we said, that's not always going to happen. So next year we're going to see, okay, you got it this year, but can you keep it going? Can it be consistent?
Squeeze the milk.
Is that like Taste the Biscuit?
I doubt it.
Can you explain that for me? Because it feels like an inside joke, and I'm late. But like, what is the Taste the Biscuit? You, Dre, seem to say that a lot. And I know it's not something good.
That's the song, the theme for his commercial theme songs. For them tap dancers. You've seen them. Chill, you've seen them.
No, I've seen it. I know how he uses it, but I feel like I missed the first episode, and that's why I'm like lost with the plot. Why do we taste the biscuit? Because Tyrone Magnus. Why?
They're tasting the biscuit. It's not us. They are
with the honey sauce.
Yeah. With the honey sauce.
With the honey sauce and not the mac and cheese and the mac and cheese. And it's that box mac and cheese. Ugh, who wants that powdered cheese?
Biscuits. Yeah, with that butter sauce.
I've seen you put the biscuits behind on the background of one of your thumbnails for your video.
Oh yes,
you're in on it.
Oh, I've been in on it before Dre even made that commercial.
Okay, so what is the butter biscuiting? What's the reference to?
That's just like whenever we talk about these lopsided individuals like that, that's what they are eating is them butter biscuits.
Why? Is
just
it
like
that
them
flour is white?
Popeyes,
Like, I don't get it.
KFC, all of them.
Yo,
It's
is
a long-
it
it's
making
a-
sense to
it's-
anyone? Like, because it's
it's
not
a-
registering with me.
It's a long
Yes.
story. It's a long story show.
But like, what historic significance is that food item, the biscuit, associated with some of those lopsided folks? What is the butter
That was
biscuit?
typically the what they were fed if they performed. If you get
Okay,
what
now I
mean.
know.
If
Thank you.
Yes, that's
All
what they
right.
were given if they
It's like
performed.
you give a dog
damn,
a
you
treat.
need a whole history lesson.
didn't know
Tap dancers eat biscuits. Done. Funny. Ha ha.
Good to know. Good to know.
And typically it was more like a crumb rather than sometimes they got the crumb rather than the whole biscuit. So that's why they tapped even more because they had to eat.
All right. So you know how like
That
the
butter sauce.
there's stigmas with certain food, fried chicken, watermelon. I know
watermelon.
those origins.
Even the
Origins of-
corn.
corn
even the
too.
corn,
Is it the same
yeah.
origin? Like when Americans got their freedom, now let's do our thing. Let's plant watermelons. Let's plant, or let's not plant.
And it was
chicken,
always
but
a stereotype. And
let's-
like you said, it was always a stereotype because it's like black people weren't the only ones that eat chicken or eat watermelon. And the thing is,
Yeah.
I don't even like. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even like watermelon. Never have.
What are we in? What are we doing? What
I'm
are we
asking
talking about?
questions to figure out things that I don't know about.
Sure
I have
enough.
no problem with being vulnerable, like David Cornsett was talking to James Gunn about. I actually want to learn about this stuff. So the stigmas when it comes to like, okay, now I don't want to be seen eating watermelon because the white man has made fun of me for this, even though it's a fruit that comes from Africa and it's led to liberation, businesses. But it's like, oh, it's a watermelon, it's a stereotype. That should be for biscuits. That should be like, okay, let me not eat a biscuit because that's the treat for the rewarding tap dancers.
Didn't you grow up on some of these terms? Why are you having to ask? I feel like we all grew up the same. If
That didn't answer the question though.
Look, honey sauce.
I'm team watermelon. Someone said rather eat strawberries, LOL. But Tony, what happens when they say, here come those blacks eating those strawberries, and then it becomes a stigma? Does that make you go, okay, this is something I'm being ashamed of, even though it's something I like? You know, you get it? Like, how much control and power do you give the oppressor, the one who's trying to mock you?
I still eat watermelon.
All I would say is this, why you eating mayo by the spoonful? Dukes,
Of course you'd say that.
Hellman's, Miracle Whip, and whoever eats Miracle Whip is a degenerate. Because what?
First of all, Miracle Whip is a great base for sauces.
Okay.
Mayonnaise is on certain sandwiches. It's just a little too. It's very, very. It's full of caucasity. It's very, very plain. At least, at least Miracle Whip got that little tangy, hit to it. You know.
Nah, you can have that.
Miracle Whip is demonic.
Yes, it is.
But I'm glad we're all team watermelon today. That's absolutely right.
Oh shit.
Black people watermelon farmers for ages, but they were mocked for it. Look up the racist imagery that they had in the art back then. Don't question why we still have some feelings about it. Up until that last ending when you said don't question why we still have feelings about it. That's not what I did at all. I'm actually saying, like, why do you empower the one who's doing the mocking? Like, okay, sure. This was used. This is a plant from Africa. This has been used to create opportunities. You're gonna laugh and mock me? Go ahead.
Hey,
I'm not gonna
killing this over the mayo. Mayo is
Miracle
a
Whip is
condiment of
nasty and
sorrow.
fake. World War II ration. I think that's margarine. I heard that's about margarine also.
Yeah. First of all, I defy any of you to tell me that mayo is better than Miracle Whip. Like,
I'm really not a fan of neither. So
So it's just always what mustard on the sandwiches. What we eating on the Italians? What's the spread on the hoagies? You know, you can put a little garlic in it, garlic mayo. You know, what I'm saying?
I do have mayo on it, I don't have to have it lathered in there to the point where it's starting to drip out the side of the bread.
Yeah, no, I don't gotta be that much. You know,
That's-
undercover brother
just-
when it's shaking off the sandwich. That's
and just spread it in. I'm like, my goodness.
Nah, you need a good little base at the top of the hoagie bun. You know what I'm saying? Put the rabbit food on top of that. Mountain full of meat. That's a good sandwich. No
So what's the
spread,
next
high
topic?
mustard.
How did we get here?
Yeah, no, I've been trying to tell us. I tried to stop us from falling down this rabbit hole, but we're here now.
I'm glad to have learned during this rabbit hole. We're gonna go to the video I was talking to you about, talking about fucking the plot holes. The plot holes. All right.
Let's do it.
Plot threads in the MCU. Black Knight picks up the ebony blade, embracing his destiny as Black Knight in the Eternals, while Blade whispers in his ear.
Is that a legitimate plot thread? And are we ever gonna have any resolution to that plot thread?
I wouldn't
Yeah,
call it
because
a
I bring
hole because it's
in.
still just open. It's still possible that we can get back to it. It's just at this point, it's been left to dry out a bit, you know.
Harry Styles, Mr. One Direction himself, shows up as Star Fox, the brother of Thanos, to help some of our surviving Eternals.
That plot
Plot
thread.
hole. That's a
That
plot hole.
never touching that one. Harry Styles, I just don't see it. I don't get it.
You mean
Nope.
Thanos has a brother in the 616 and he's running around and nobody gives a shit. And but he got some Eternal buddies too. That's a hole. That's a hole.
Nope.
But like you said, I don't think they're ever going back to it.
Next.
A Celestial shows up at the Earth to take 3 of our Eternals and vows vengeance.
Same thing. It happened in Eternals. Next.
Sharon Carter is the power broker, is basically a bad guy now, and is part of a bigger government conspiracy. What?
I completely
wasn't
forgot that.
Why wasn't she in Brave New World?
Secret Invasion.
Like literally none of the stuff that happened in Winter Soldier transferred to that movie except for Isaiah Bradley, and I'm mad. Like I'm just like none of it carried
Like literally
over.
having her in Brave New World could have like literally changed the whole scope of the movie to see what her character did after Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because it's like the last time we saw her, she's walking out of a building on the phone talking to somebody, and it just ends right there.
Yep.
She's supposed to show up
Also-
in Vision Quest.
She coming back in Vision Quest?
That's what they're saying right now.
I'm more interested in the plot thread of Captain America kissing his granddaughter in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? In Winter Soldier. And then him, isn't he supposed to know? Like, didn't that already happen? Like retroactively, how time works, he should have already known that was his, or not great granddaughter, great niece. He was sitting over there tonguing her down like Anthony Mackie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the plot hole for me. Why are you kissing
He was back there.
your
He was back there.
descendants?
Listen, he was back there grabbing hopes and dreams.
Hey, this man had his
When I
tongue all
saw
down
that
her
picture,
throat
I
in the
couldn't
middle of the
stop.
street.
I could
It's
not stop
random.
laughing when I saw that picture.
Hey, Anthony Mackie was definitely the dude making out at the frat parties, like in front of everybody. First of all, nobody's made out since the 90s. He's still making out. He's still tonguing in public. You don't get a room.
Okay.
We got White Vision next.
White Vision exists and flies off at the end of WandaVision. This one will be followed up with the TV show in a year or two.
So then why would you put this in here? Why?
Yeah, I don't think
You
that's
want
a
to have
hole at
21
all.
plot holes?
Since we know he's getting a show, so
Yep. And Darius said that what's her name's going to be in it? 5 years later, she'll be part of the show. Good for her.
Power Broker, Sharon Carter.
Sharon Carter.
Hercules, played by Roy Kent, is sent by Zeus to get revenge on Thor.
Never happening.
Yeah.
Hold on, my daggone Siri activated. Sheesh.
Just to confirm, we'd like to call
Oh shit.
I won't
They
say
look
no to
big.
that one.
Yeah, you think there's really a future for the new Hercules?
I did not like Love and Thunder, so I don't
And
care.
what though? And who's gonna pick it up?
I mean, they are doing the West Coast Avengers. We know that.
On
So
TV?
Hercules gonna be on there?
He's a member. I mean, could be.
Was that Hercules or was that Ares?
No, Ares was on the Dark Avengers. I mean, he
Hercules.
was also on the Avengers, maybe. But Hercules is
on,
West Coast.
So wait, now I don't know who the fuck. After Civil War, when they split the teams up, Iron Man had Danvers, he had Simon Williams, he had Ares, right? Wasn't Ares on that team too?
Which team?
The Mighty Avengers, I think is what they end up calling themselves after Secret War, or not Secret Wars, after Civil War.
Let's
Stark's
see.
team.
Let's find out.
The Secret
Vision was
Avengers was
there.
Cap.
Yeah, Cap's team
Yeah,
was a
Hank
secret.
Pym, Jarvis, Vision, Sentry, Carol, Hercules, Black Widow,
Hercules.
USA
Yeah,
Agent,
there he is.
Silver,
Okay.
Ares.
But
But
they had Hercules and
also,
Ares. That's cheating.
Hercules is also on the West Coast, though, as well. Ares is also on Dark. Like US Agent is also on West Coast.
So from the way they set it up in Thor Love and Thunder, it was as if he'd be the enemy of Thor, but he'll probably end up on Earth in a little TV show with an $80 million budget, and it'd be like, "I'm here for Thor." Then they'll say, "Be friends with us. Help. You could do a lot of good here." He gets comfortable on the West Coast. Guy could get used to this, and there they resolve that plot thread. So that's two that we resolved. That's two. We got it.
Thor has a daughter and they're off having adventures together. Hulk has
Okay, that isn't Love supposed to be on the chairs to next week?
Did he just say daughter?
He kind of took her in as his daughter.
Thor?
Yeah.
Oh,
in
Thor.
the Love and Thunder.
Thor.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Hulk and I'm hearing the words and I tried to put them together. I was like, that is a man.
We'll do both of them together. I think that she and Sakaar, the son, they're all they're gonna be in movies. You'll feature them, but
Sure.
there's really no like, oh, getting some serious plot, getting a thing about them. Like, who cares? They're just there.
This was so random. He just popped back up into the show. I found out I had a son.
And that
Okay.
haircut is killing me.
has a fully grown son named Scar that he had on an alien planet. Wong takes Abomination to Carmitage to live there long term.
We're not seeing Abominate. It took 16 years to get him again. It'll take another 16.
And Doctor Strange might be the next time we see Carmitage.
I don't think that's
America
accurate.
Chavez is not reportedly, at least, not in Avengers Doomsday, which is maddening.
I'm still stuck on the fact that this is called, and I'm gonna keep bringing it up, that this is called the Multiverse Saga, and we only saw her one time.
One time. She can
One
hop
time.
universes. That's the easiest.
Literally,
character to use.
if
just
anything,
insert some shit, yeah.
if anything, a good chunk of this saga should have been surrounding her character.
Yeah.
If you want to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not the one over there running things. But yeah.
Next.
Shang-Chi is taken by Wong through a portal to talk. T'Challa.
It's a
We
talk.
don't know.
Shang-Chi, they dropped the ball there, and they can just improvise what they talked about. They can like make it up tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see him again. They'll talk about what they talked about. I think that one actually might get resolved eventually. Like next time we see him. Oh yeah, me and Wong, we're good friends. We talked about this. We practiced the 10 rings. Right. Next one, T'Challa.
has a son. This one doesn't actually bother me, but it does have big implications for Wakanda. A piece.
I don't know. We've done live streams, so everyone, y'all know what we three think. How about you, Torian? T'Challa's gonna have a son. What do you think about that plot thread?
I mean, we already established that he has a son. I mean, yeah. I guess we'll see what happens going forward. All I know is this. They better get it right. I'm gonna just leave it right there.
Now this next one.
Of the Venom symbiote from the Spider-Man-less Spider-Man villain universe was left at a bar in the sacred timeline.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
That's some bullshit right there.
And only to take it back in the next movie.
And not do that either. Like,
sorry,
y'all made
in Venom 3, he retrieves it?
There's a scene in Venom 3, I think, where he goes and gets it. And I think that's how the movie starts, right? Don't they start at that bar?
I think so.
I don't know if that's accurate either. Just like his one where he said Wong or takes, what's his name, to Kamar-Taj. That was kind of resolved in She-Hulk. It was not Kamar-Taj. He took Abomination too. Also, we know the symbiote piece plays a role in Brand New Day. It's still here.
One of the actors posted a picture.
Brand New Day. Scorpion will likely have it, according to Michael Mando.
And Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm still thinking about Falcon Cap.
Khaleesi the Skrull becomes the most powerful being on Earth.
Okay. Yeah, so
look at the Drax arm.
Listen, we can just leave this one right where it's at, because Secret Invasion was just a disappointment.
Every day she's part of the planet. Every day she's not contributing to helping people, even though she can turn her hand into Drax and fly. I'm gonna ask, like, what's her purpose? What is she doing? What's wrong with her? This Skrull thing is super.
Screw her. What about all the random Skrulls on Earth? So Rhodey was a Skrull for 5 years, and like we just going to interject them back into regular life like nothing happened. We're not going to backtrack and see whatever decisions he made or might have guided. Who else may be still in deep cover? We're just never going to touch it again. Okay,
ever.
4 million shapeshifters. I guess they're nice.
And now that's their cop out. Just say this person was a Skrull.
Yeah, T'Challa's not dead. It was a Skrull.
It was a Skrull.
Not him. This is definitely a plot thread for 100%. Like, and I don't know what they do with it. It's just terrible storytelling. You should have never made someone that powerful, and then make us like not wonder where she is, what she's doing, what's her role. Yeah, and she's an expensive actress too. Whenever they do try to solve this problem, it's going to cost them.
By gaining all of the powers of all the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Thanos. There is a Council of Kangs planning to take over.
Okay. He will respond to the email that Jonathan Major sent. Don't worry about this one. We're covered. This one's not dangling. I believe. Feige.
And we'll never see them again.
Yeah, hold on to that belief if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But this is such a shame.
In a movie.
Now I'm saying this is such a shame because it's like that was one of, and it was and it's crazy because it was a post-credit scene, but that was one of the highlights of that whole movie, was seeing all of them at the end. Because it's like, oh, they are really going there with the Kang Dynasty thing. That actually got people hype. Because I will never forget when I was watching Ant-Man and the Quantumania, and they showed that my audience, where I saw it, reacted and was like, because they saw they knew it was about to come. Because at that point, we already knew there was a Kang Dynasty movie. But to see them show it right here to set that up, and then what happened a month later? Some BS.
Stephanie.
I thought it was poorly executed on that part, along with Quantumania. I don't know this for sure, but I don't feel as if that post-credit scene was filmed around the time. I don't know. Well, like most post-credit scenes are never really filmed around the time, but I feel like that was maybe very rushed. I don't feel like Jonathan Majors had the time to craft out the different personalities for them, because the voices for Immortus, if that's what we were going for the next few movies of Immortus, then oh god, And then you had what we had in Centurion over there, and then I think the most solid one was Rama. Outside of the Kang from the film, I thought it was very poorly executed, and then also when we went to the arena, it didn't make sense. What were they screaming for, and at what?
That's how unhinged they are.
Yeah, it was just hype. Come on, man. They was just hype. Let us kill something. It is odd for a Kang variant, though. There's usually more stoic.
Yeah, they're all beta except for those 3 alphas that you said in the middle.
Beta?
That will never happen. Mordo believes there's too many sorcerers on the Earth and is out to kill the sorcerers on the sacred timeline's Earth.
That's
Okay.
Scott Derrickson. They let Scott Derrickson go, and that's where that went.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
They still use the actor because he played a variant in the 838. Okay. Whatever. It's a race swap character anyways.
Charlize Theron shows up to take Doctor Strange into the Dark Realm to stop an incursion.
I think this happens. I think that this is
That's
going to be
gonna be
used
good,
in Doctor
yeah.
Strange 3 between Doomsday and Secret Wars. She's preparing.
Yep.
Alex over at the Cosmic Circus tweeted maybe about an hour or two ago not to trust Clea. So I'm assuming that's meaning she's likely going to be on Doom's team.
Yeah, see? She's in this movie. Michael Waldron wrote that. It's going to be relevant to Doomsday, which he happens to be writing. He wrote Loki, which will happen to be relevant to the whole Multiverse Saga, Doomsday, Secret Wars. Michael Waldron writes it. It's part of the canon. Yep, we got another plot thread that we can put the rest.
Moon Knight has a third personality, Jake, who is still working with Khonshu.
Okay, that's true. That is how it ended, and we thought we'd get a second season. It's been, 3 years now? And there's no in development for Moon Knight. It's a TV show. They don't
And
care
I was
about this
actually, looking forward to seeing that version too, because that looks like the savage version of
Jake
the
Loxley is the
personality.
mercenary. Yeah, that's or not the mercenary. He's the muscle, the contract killer.
And it showed, like, even in that little piece that we got him, I was like, oh, he's gonna be a problem.
Yep.
So when do we see him?
Maybe Doomsday. Maybe. I don't think he was on Was he on the chairs thing? The chairs reveal? Oscar Isaac?
I remember seeing his name.
I don't think he was.
I don't remember that. Could have been like, oh, they're doing something with him. So no, they're not. And he's a TV show character. And this was created when Bob Chapek said, make more TV shows. All right, fine. Well, who do I not care about? Moon Knight, go. He doesn't care.
Kate Bishop, Haley Steinfeld is putting together the Young Avengers and once Miss Marvel.
Isn't it the opposite way around? Doesn't Kamala
Kamala went and got her.
Okay,
in the Marvels.
Regardless, are we really getting a Young Avengers Champions, Young People movie or TV show?
All of them people, by the time we actually get to that stuff, are going to be 30 plus years old. Okay, so like if they're going to do it, it needs to happen quickly. Like it needs to happen over the next 2 years. They need to start filming it now. Haley Steinfeld like 28, 29. Dominique Thorne like 28, 29. I don't know how old Iman Vellani is, but she doesn't.
I think she's the youngest. I think she's like
maybe the youngest one. Yeah, but everybody else she's supposed to be with is older. They grown.
I'll put that plot thread to rest if at D23 they don't announce it. Then I'll say it's gone. It's not happening. Next.
Scorpion wants to know Peter Parker's identity and is out for revenge.
Happening.
Well, brand new day. So
obviously, but Scorpion though, like that's who the villain is. I think
he's
that
not the main villain. He's not the main villain. The rumor is currently they're keeping the main villain a secret. They're going to try to. I don't think that's not going to be possible, but there's supposed to be several villains in the film. The bar, what's it called? The bar with no name, and that's all the villains for Spider-Man hang out in. Supposed to be in the film because it's supposed to be a montage of him taking down several comic book villains. So far, it's Tarantula, Absorbing Man, Tombstone, Scorpion. But I think Scorpion's role is a bit deeper than the others.
Absorbing Man.
Don't know why Absorbing Man, but Absorbing Man.
Tombstone is cool. Scorpion is cool. Good.
I'm not gonna rule out a montage villain. Like, yeah, put him, let people know who he is. Same with Gibbon and all the rest of the minuscule Spider-Man villains.
I guess
But I
if we're
think
not
Dr.
actually going to
Mando's-
flesh them out, though, then what's the point? Like, why are we throwing Tarantula in there for 10 minutes? We got shit to do. This is like our Doomsday ramp up. We got shit to do. So why are we wasting time on Tarantula if
I
he doesn't
think
make?
I think they're doing that for the fans as a fan servicey thing, as just to be like, hey, we're giving you that grounded Spider-Man. You're getting to see him do that friendly neighborhood shit you've been crying to see him do.
They trying to make him into Toby is what they trying to do. You can't remake Toby. Toby is the GOAT. Okay. Let Tom do his, Mr. Stark shit and let him be Iron Spider. But on that street level side, it's Toby forever, dog.
Well,
I think Mando's role's a little bit deeper though. I don't think it's like main villain type deep, but he's been posting pictures of Scorpion with the symbiote. So
Cool.
So that explains the montage. The Venom symbiote hops onto Tarantula and Absorbing Man and everyone else. It just would stay on him, Scorpion, a little bit longer. That's why he's got more scenes and he's more bigger in the movie.
Gotcha. Maybe. I also seen a picture of the dude that plays Ned. He had a figure of a Hobgoblin, and he was taking a picture of it. I swear to God, I had a theory like 5-6 years ago that they were going to basically make Ned Leeds this universe's Hobgoblin, and Giancarlo Esposito was going to be like his dad or something like that. It was back when they were still, or maybe not 5 years ago, whenever he was rumored to have a role. I was like, if they're, I kind of pitched a race swap here, but I was like, maybe if they pair him up with Ned, they could kind of like hodgepodge a Hobgoblin Green Goblin relationship thing. Like, oh, I got an uncle or some shit like that. I got a distant relative, and he's a tech genius. He ends up being Green Goblin. Finds out that Peter killed him, and then now he's Hobgoblin because of it.
I would hate for Jacob Batalon to be
Hobgoblin.
Absolutely hate it.
Next one.
This one will actually finally be resolved next year in Brand New Day. Final two all lumped together. The Fantastic Four show up in Thunderbolts, and Doctor Doom shows up in Fantastic Four. These are, of course, teases for next year's Avengers Doomsday, and this is how you tease properly. You have a tease for something you're actually planning on doing in the near future and are actually creating. 21 days.
So that one didn't go nowhere. That happened. That they're gonna use them for Avengers Doomsday.
And they're gonna be and part of it's gonna be in your favorite universe, chill.
What number was it? Jack
828.
Kirby birthday? 828, yeah. And what's the one in Multiverse of Madness? The 838.
838.
And then you got what's the other one? 199999 and 616.
There's no 616. Nope. We don't recognize it.
Not in the MCU, there's not. It's 1999, 828, 838, whatever universe the hasn't been numbered yet that the X-Men are in.
10,005.
We don't know what universe Monica's in.
That one?
Isn't that the X-Men universe?
It's a X-Men universe. It's not the X-Men universe that Hugh's from.
The Monica
We
universe.
could have been playing around with this stuff so much more. How have we not? Go ahead.
We can call it the Monica Cinematic Universe, or the MCU for short, since things can have two names. That one.
There was one more. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what it was, though. I thought there was one more in the MCU but maybe not.
There are 72 people watching us. We appreciate you, like every week.
For sure.
For tuning in,
Absolutely.
jumping on here, talking to us, and sending super chats.
Payback, homie, I'm bringing CA back, and I don't do button-up shirts or drop Maybachs. All you
I am Too Fly Cam says that the favorite all-time Robin, Peacemaker season 2 looks cool. Favorite all-time Robin? Oh, okay, he's sending 2 different messages. My favorite all-time Robin has to be the first one, Dick Grayson.
Dick.
Easy.
Oh yeah. I don't even think that's a competition. Anybody else have anything other than Dick?
Everybody loves Dick.
Pause. Man said it so confident.
Oh, they're pretending they didn't hear it. Oh my god. Look at them. Look at they're too cool for school today.
Hey, yeah. No, I'm concerned with Torian and Darius because there was absolutely no reaction.
I said, whoa, I don't know if you heard me.
Who's your favorite sidekick for Batman?
Oh shit.
Are you guys all good? Like, I'm not hearing anything.
Are you asking?
So the super chat was favorite all-time Robin. What's your favorite all-time Robin?
Oh, I
Hello?
said Dick Grayson.
I'm partial to Jason Todd myself.
Only because he became Nightwing. Well, not Jason Todd. But I said Dick Grayson.
Jason Todd had one of the most interesting Robin stories, right? Like becoming the hood and all that stuff. I think the best Robin though is still Dick. Robin, Nightwing, stint as Batman is Dick.
I saw that animated movie with Red Robin, and he's like, "You haven't lost a step, Bruce." And the Batman's like, "Wait, what did he say? Let me get the audio right. Let me make sure." And then a train comes by. How do I erase the train track? And then he heard, oh, that guy knows what my name is, and he cut his steel, and he's like, "Who the hell is this mystery under the hood?"
I was getting ready to say no love for Damian Wayne, but Brother Stark came in there and mentioned him.
Nah, too many Robins.
You know what? I actually kind of it's crazy. Damian is actually it's very close for me. Damian is actually my favorite Robin.
What? No, what?
Yeah. I love Damian. I love how he doesn't give a fuck.
The Al Ghul bastard is your favorite Robin?
I like Damian, especially in the animated DC movies they have him in. He's great.
Damn.
Leader of the Titans at one
your
point.
favorite Robin?
I do like Damon. I like him a lot.
You enjoy some Damian stories. That's not your favorite. That's your favorite Robin.
I don't know, bro. It's close. Maybe I'm an asshole like him, and it's a.
There's Tim Drake in there too. Yeah.
Who's the girl? Who's the girl in?
We don't nobody speak. You talking about the redhead?
The redhead with the glasses.
Man, y'all making me wish I could go back to my childhood and watch the Batman animated series as new episodes. Those were some great times.
Now, if James Gunn wants to reboot the Batman animated series, like similar to how 97, oh, now come on. Now that's some shit I can get behind. That for sure. That's some shit I can get behind.
If Beau DeMayo was the showrunner of that would be perfect. James gonna be like, I know what it feels like for them to cancel you. Come over here.
That would be nuts. That would be dope.
Yeah.
I don't think he would be opposed to it as long as, of course, he has full control of what he's making, which I don't think James Gunn would be opposed to. However, we know that James Gunn likes to be front and center of a lot of these campaigns and marketing, as we saw with Superman.
And as we're seeing with Peacemaker, there's no reason for him to be in the beginning of that opening for the promotion of the trailer. No reason. Why not just have John Cena out there promoting, saying, oh, fuck. Oh, we can say fuck because this is a red note. Oh, fuck. But James had to be there with him.
Man loves the camera.
James said, oh, part of the contract is for me to be on as much promo as possible.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Cena.
That's how he feels. I saw one. This is just crazy because I've never seen, and I'm not like praising Kevin Feige by no means, but I've never seen Kevin Feige like walking out of a place like signing autographs. Like I saw a video today of James signing autographs. It's just like, who's the star? Is it David or you?
There's a Hollywood like Walk of Fame where you put your handprint and cement it. 6 of the main Avengers were there, and Kevin Feige put his hands too.
Okay,
Hey,
that's not the same.
Ivy League response right here. That's a connoisseur response right there. That's because you can't see Cena. What a comeback.
See,
They never
That's
seen
why
17.
James Gunn was there to fill space and not confuse the audience. That's all.
No. And
Kevin ain't creating.
And the Kevin Feige comparison doesn't matter. Kevin Feige is a studio head. He's a studio head. The Kevin Feige comparison to the Walk of Fame is not the same at all.
All right. How about this? Directors like James Cameron have sat on the late night shows. Directors like Ryan Coogler have said, "This is Sinners. You got to see it in the picture with this and that," and they've been in front of their films. He directed Peacemaker.
Once again, another comparison you're giving is not the same. Showing up on the talk show as a director and promoting your film is not the same as showing up in the magazine with Rachel Brosnan and David. Yeah, it's completely. It's very different. You're giving poor examples.
Like she's on the cover and you see James' hand giving the peace sign like out in the back, like right over the right on the side. Oh, just
like that's weird.
How do you feel about Stan Lee and how he was like kind of brand ambassador for many years? Do you think like that was wrong of him because he's not writing every single comic? He just talking about
him being in those cameos, people looked forward to those, and like those are just cameos. Like he's been doing those cameos going back to the first Spider-Man movie.
I mean, before the cameos, when he was younger and was less limited. So let's go back to like the 80s, 90s. That time, that era, he was in front of everything.
What major motion pictures were coming out then, though, for him
not
to
only
be that publicly facing?
Not only that, he created those characters. James is simply the studio head who is directing and now I guess appearing in everything. Not another good example because he made Spider-Man. Without Stan Lee, there's no Spider-Man. So of course, hey, hello, I made this character. I'm up front.
The best example I can give you of something I told you already, but I'll give you the short version just in case someone didn't hear it. He's going to be promoting Superman, Batman. And the more familiar we are with the James Gunn, that's the casual audience, the more likely we are to believe him when he's promoting the next thing, which isn't Superman and Batman. So becoming that public face is beneficial for the new things that he's going to be selling. This is very random, but Black Scottish TikTok community is amazing. That is random.
Scottish?
That's probably a movie. He hosts the Peacemaker podcast too.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, why?
He hosts the Peacemaker podcast. My boy is overworked with social media.
Why?
He be making all these videos. Now he's running a podcast for one of his TV shows on top of being executive producer for the damn show itself. He is overexerted.
He can't do a 10-episode podcast?
But why? Like, why not? Okay, but it's my thing is like, sure, have the Peacemaker podcast, but I don't know, maybe
don't have him hosting it.
Yeah, like why is Cena not hosting?
Just like remember after The Walking Dead, they had the Talking Dead and they had that guy hosted. He's not on the show, but he hosted it every episode up until its cancellation. So why not get maybe like a fan or something?
Andy Cohen type of person. Andy is not on any of these damn reality shows, but he's the host of all the reality TV stuff.
So are you worried, guys, that him taking so much time to do other things is keeping from product, like being bad?
No. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just like, why are you? It's like, well, I guess because that is my question that I always followed up with. Why are you there? Shouldn't you be X, Y, and Z? So
okay.
I don't think he should be taking the duties of executive and lead creator. I feel like it's a little tyrannical, right? Like it's one thing to be making the final decisions and final cuts, but then those decisions and cuts should be coming towards the creative part of things. You're basically checks and balancing your own self. So that's why I feel like there's a conflict there. But if you're going to be doing that, if you're going to be the lead creative, and you're the executive, the last thing I want to see you doing is arguing with motherfuckers on Twitter. Like that's the last thing I want to see you doing. Because now naturally I'm asking myself, on top of being the executive here, on top of being the number one guy driving the creative tone of the studio, you got time to get into Twitter beefs. See, I got time to get into Twitter beefs, but I am not head of Warner Brothers Studios. So like one of these things is not like the other. I don't get that. So that yes, I am the one that thinks that it affects the quality of the work. Like,
Okay, shook.
I don't know. I mean,
all the videos.
I obviously we don't click on we can't click on every comment, but I do read them as they're going by. I don't understand, and I've never understood the James Gunn president or head studio comparisons to Kevin Feige's. And again, not defending Feige, but when has Feige ever done any of that? The stuff that you guys are saying, well, Kevin stopped connecting with fans. When is he ever? When has Kevin Feige ever done promo things besides the red, blue, purple, or whatever color the film may be carpet? Kevin Feige's never been that guy. He's never been the guy to come out and shake hands on the red carpet. He stands, he gets out there, says what he's got to say. He's gone. He's gone. He's never been that guy that's connecting and shaking hands and kissing babies.
Point being what?
I don't understand the James Gunn, Kevin Feige comparisons to him being the head and James Gunn being a head. I'm reading the comments.
Yeah, because the only time you ever see Kevin Feige is like at the premieres or whenever they're doing like those promo videos for whatever project it is.
Feature
That's that's about it.
It's never
That's
impromptu. He's not
Like,
he's not an impromptu interview.
Yeah,
person.
we won't see
a setup.
We won't see Kevin Feige again until maybe D23.
That's it.
When they do the Marvel part, that's when they'll bring him out, and he's gonna go back again. And then after that, we won't see him again until they most likely will do a premiere for Wonder Man, and that's in December. And then after that, we won't see him again until Brand New Day. And then after that, we won't see him again until Doomsday. He's like, I'm gonna come in here to say my little piece. I'm gonna make my appearance here and there, and then I'm going back into hiding, and I'll see you at the next premiere.
This is not the same. This is not the same. Him showing up to cons, him showing up to red carpets and panels and things. That's what he still does today. He's not showing up in Vanity Fair. He's not showing up in the commercials with the stars promoting. He didn't show up in the commercial with the Fantastic Four and promote Fantastic Four. He's not showing up in any of these other things and doing something. He's not arguing with fans and telling them go argue from your mom's basement. He's not doing those things. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. I don't have an issue with him being up front and center. I do. I guess I wouldn't have an issue if I wouldn't have been exhausted with James online so much, Twittering so much, arguing with fans back and forth, debunking and then lying, and then saying that Grace is a liar and all this type of going for YouTubers. Maybe
the lies
are doing all that.
Exhausting. The lies,
maybe
exhausting.
Yeah. So the comparisons to Feige again are what?
Kevin talks less, so he has less lies.
And again,
I don't even know if he got less lies,
Feige.
but you are right. He talks less, so we're not able to jump on him as much as we are. He's not as accessible.
Think that through. You're not
the
sure
thing
Kevin Feige has less lies than James Gunn?
I'm saying because he's not as accessible as James Gunn, we can't put a true number. We can go right down that man's Twitter feed right now and be like, that was a lie. That was a lie. That was a lie. That was a lie.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist for Kevin Feige. Not like that.
Yeah.
Hard to count.
And like Jabari just said, normies don't know who Kevin Feige is.
Ah,
brother, They don't.
Okay, that's what it sounds like you're doing. That's why I asked you, what's the point? It sounds like you're measuring the Kevin Feige standard is the standard. It is to be followed and matched. And I'm saying
no. Okay, hold on though. Let's be real. We can be mad at Feige all we want, but is he not considered one of the greatest producers of all time? Is he not going to go down as one of the greatest producers of all, despite the hump and cracks that Marvel's had? He still has he gave the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the first ever cinematic universe. And it had billions of dollars. People in it, and had the world at one point in time wrapped around its finger.
So we can be mad at Feige, but we can't sit here and say that he's not a measure or a standard to reach.
So you are saying that he's the
Professionally.
standard that James Gunn should follow?
I think James Gunn should follow a standard of being in the role of president and not being in the role of trying to be David or trying to be Rachel or trying to be Eddie. Be James. Be James at the top. That's what I'm saying.
Like for instance, like
No, wait, hold on. Wait, if Kevin Feige did for the first 17 years do public appearances and do the things that James Gunn is doing now, and the casuals, it's not that they don't know him, they respect him and they believe him. How much more easier is it now for him to show up and say, I got this new movie, Thunderbolts, and he's doing the jokey joke with the actor, and people go, well, I may not know all these Thunderbolt actors, but I remember Kevin Feige for Iron Man 1, 2, 3. I remember Kevin Feige. How much more money does Thunderbolts make now? Because Kevin Feige's celebrity. You see? That's what James... I think it makes a lot more money. Or even if it makes $1 extra million, that's time well spent during your, the past 17 years building up your celebrity and brand, which James Gunn's doing. But he already is a celebrity because he's been, as a director, doing a lot of these public appearances. Feige's never been a director where the public knew who he was when he was handing comic books to... what's his name? To Hugh Jackman. They're starting at different starting points.
I mean, look at for instance, with Ryan Cougler. He didn't do as nearly as much press in the past, even for Black Panther, as he did for Sinners. I think this is the most vocal I've seen Ryan Cougler be as far as press run. Like you saw him quite often. And I think it's because this was his IP. This was his thing. So it's almost like it was he had to be there out of obligation because it was his, rather than him wanting to be there. And it worked because I actually like seeing him like be more active, because he was another one that you kind of saw in the background and he just let his stars have their shine. So I was glad to see him out there in the forefront, and I don't think the people minded it either.
Sinners was marketed greatly by Cougler.
Oh, definitely. And the word of mouth for
everywhere.
it was great as well. I mean, clearly.
And it was. But see, the difference is I watched Hot Ones. Haley Steinfeld and Michael B. did that. Ryan didn't creep up with a chair and be like, "Oh, let me join.
Let me get in the thing. Yeah. Let me get in there."
James would have been there. James would have been like, let me bite some here.
Like if they were in a magazine shoot and the point was clearly to play up the chemistry between Michael B and Haley, or Michael B and what's the actor's name? Hunter B-15, right? And then here go Ryan sneaking his head in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Putting on his best sexy face. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the whole Rachel Brosnahan, David Corn Sweat, James Gunn trio photo shoot felt like. It felt like they both showed up to do a photo shoot, and then as they were sitting down getting ready, they seen James walk in. It was like, "Oh, hey James, how you doing?" He's like, "Oh yeah, what's up, David? What's up, Rachel?" And then he sits down, and they both shocked, and they have no idea what the fuck's going on, and then they just start shooting. That's how I imagine that entire thing happening. Like he just showed up and just sat down while the pictures were going.
Another super.
Yeah. I go where I want, good. Play if you want, let's do it. I'm a young CEO, sure.
Yeah.
I'd say
That was a fun fucking group.
I'd say peaches are the most delicious. Chicken wings, watermelons, butter biscuits.
It's
My
the
man,
fact.
on the way back to the butter biscuit conversation. And say, "Hey man, hey, don't forget peaches."
It's the fact. It's the fact that one, their name is Best Eater. Two, they said peaches while putting the peach, which we know what that means for in the emoji world, with the picture of the tongue sticking out, and then having a picture with Anthony Mackie. It's a lot going on with that.
Hey yo,
Best Eater, you are a valued member of this society.
Beau DeMayo just made another long post on X-Men.
Of course,
Where
he did.
in the topic? We actually talk about the two Robins.
Pull that up, please.
Beau DeMayo.
Beau DeMayo. I don't think we got time for X-Men today, for Robin today.
Why did you say Robin and I thought that about that Pick Poor Robin Clean song? That song for some reason done popped up in my head recently. Oh, hey, don't forget you got to go like this.
On the Robin topic, I don't think that there's really much more other than, you know, if James if James puts Batman, well, yeah, not allow, but if Matt Reeves does Robin with his as well, from what we've heard from people, at least, they're all saying that James is on board, supportive, and gonna let him do it.
Honestly, Robin doesn't make or break. Yeah, it's just Robin. It's not Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Flash. You already have your Green Lantern. You're fine. It's not Batman and Superman. I should have just left it at that. It's Robin. Go do what you got to do. We can do DCU with or without Robin. You know, just have fun. We're good. We got this. We have Aquaman.
It's not so much the problem of putting Robin in it, though. It's more so the problem of like, what if the audience? We talked about this. What if the audience really loves Matt Reeves as Batman more than they love Brave and the Bold? Then are they going to support great value Batman and Robin?
I wonder what the hang up is, like what's making Reeves say no, right? Because if it's a thing of we don't fit well in each other's spaces, guys, I don't know if you know this, but both of your successes depend on the studio surviving, right? Like you are in charge of the two most important IPs in this entire company. If you fail, the studio fails, which
and you
means
have
you are no longer stewarding those IPs. So how about we come to a conclusion that works for both of us, that keeps me making Batman movies, keeps you head of DC Studios as the president, and we all make a buttload of money? Because it sounds like the best way to go about this is we meet in the middle on tone. We keep Battinson as our main Batman. You keep doing your thing with Corn Sweat over there on Superman, and then when it's time to meet up, we have a union of some sort. But like this thing of, oh well, I can't do campy, and oh well, I can't do dark tone and seriously grounded. You better start doing something, because the craziest thing in my mind would be, just like Darius said, for the Batman 2 to come out. It's a hit. It's a smash. $800-900 million. Blowing Superman out of the water, and we say, okay, thank you for your time, Matt Reeves. Now it's time for the Brave and the Bold.
And that's their plan, from what we've heard. The plan is to let Matt do his, like, you know, you have that.
I think that's because they think that it's another one of those. It'll be flashed off as one of those dead universe things. So the same way people responded to Aquaman 2, the same way people responded to Flash, the same way people responded to Shazam 2, that's what they'll treat.
Well, then I think he's massively underestimating Reeves as Batman. Then
I think that's what it is.
If that's his plan, he's massively underestimating Reeves.
And the thing is, with the success of the Penguin, that made people want to go and want the Batman 2 even more. Even if it was just to see his character, to see what's going to happen with his character. And then with how you ended the Penguin, you saw the bat signal go up in the sky, which thankfully they did not put Batman in anywhere as a character in the show. I'm glad they didn't do that. But you saw the bat signal go up, so the indicator's there. So I think that's, with that, people want to see. I think people probably see
even Clayface, right? Like
Bold.
Why are you bringing in Clayface if we're not doing more Reeves Batman stuff?
Because he loved the script so much that he just had to adapt it in the DCU.
So we just gonna keep adding to the Reeves verse in hopes that people won't care when you move on to do your own thing. Like what level of hubris is that? What level of cocky is that? I need some of that.
Clayface, he moved over. Clayface is Brave and the Bold universe.
I hear you, but it's a horror film, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think people are going to draw a distinction, especially since you haven't introduced your Batman yet. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
The only Batman we got on the table right now is Pattinson. And after watching Batman 1, Batman 2, and the Penguin, and then watching Clayface, you think that they're going to be clamoring for Brave and the Bold? if all of those are successful, you think they're going to be, oh man, I can't wait for James Gunn to totally retcon Batman at this time.
And see, that's why I said when we talked about Clayface, like you have, like I think maybe, and I know other people think differently. Is Batman there? And I don't mean like, like Gordon at the end of the film saying, I know a guy that could help. And the bat signal goes up. Like, not that. Like, is he like showing up like Gordon? What's going on? Like, what's the I don't know. I mean, this is obviously Clayface's origin. It's Clayface's origin story. So I guarantee you the most is going to be probably a nod to Batman's around. And he's aware of Clayface's existence.
It'll only hold up for so long. He'll have to make a decision. And I for one, think that he's walking headface into a conundrum. Whatever the hang up is to making Reeves if it's a position thing, if it's hey, I want to be in control. Hey, you will be the patron saint of Batman. Whatever the man needs to feel comfortable. Whatever Ryan Coogler got over Black Panther that makes him the person that they have to check with when anything happens in Wakanda. Maybe we can work that deal out with Matt Reeves and Gotham. But there's got to be a middle ground here. Right? I don't think he came into this with the idea that all right, I'm only going to make 2 movies and I'll never do anything else Batman related again. Again, he seems to have a lot of story to tell around this character. Why not keep doing it in a way that serves the rest of the studio?
Agreed. That was Robin. If there wasn't anything else, what else did do? Where were you guys?
So we talked about Robert Jefferson in there in the beginning. We talked about MCU loose threads.
Somebody said something about Beau DeMayo tweeted.
Yeah. I think that's where we were going next.
What's the one he did now? Huh?
Oh, I'm sure you can just go to his page and just click it and see what the thing says. Show more is going to be a long, lengthy BCR. Well, ECR rather.
Shouldn't have click your claim.
So someone,
your wife.
Somebody first. It says, ugh. A follower asked me if I had faith in Marvel's Mutant Saga, and I clicked away, lost the message. So hopefully they see this. But also, I get asked this a lot, so I want to make a larger post that may piss some of you off. Sorry in advance. Firstly, the X-Men are so much bigger than one creative, myself included. Would I love to direct, steer the live-action films? Of course, but I have faith that there are amazing artists out there who have amazing visions and stories to tell the X-Men. Now, do I have faith in the MCU's Mutant Saga? Not yet, no. And let me walk through why, so you don't think I'm being a hater. X-Men requires planning, deep planning, to pull them off and make them resonate. You also have to be very He can end his paragraph right there. He can end it right there. You also have to be very mindful of how you're laying out their story and the way in which audiences will experience the story. You also need to suppress your ego to make it your own and focus on meeting.
Pot meet kettle. Pot meet kettle.
Say that again? You said pot meet the kettle?
Yes.
The pot calling the kettle black, meaning
you ever heard that saying, the pot's calling the kettle black, about like being hypocritical?
Yeah. So Beau DeMayo has a history of making something his own?
Well, I'm saying the first season of X-Men 97 was full of self-inserts. It was full of self-inserts all up through there. So I hear him and I agree. You need to check your ego when you're writing these characters so that everybody's being served in the way these characters need to be served. I just feel like that was a point we could criticize him on personally. Just a little tiddy, you know what I'm saying? Everything else still applies.
I mean, it's a point he got criticized on personally on Twitter. I mean, people went at him for that.
It was full of self-inserts. The sunspot thing, the ultra highlight of queerness all up through all of the characters. Like he was inserting his life and his viewpoint.
It was even a character I guess you could say a background character in the Remember It episode that was him. That was created in his likeness.
Right.
Yeah. It was in the when they got attacked, the night they got attacked.
Yeah.
He was in that.
And I'm not even
great episode, by the way.
I'm not even trying to be funny when I say this, but also the Magneto scene of him in the underwear spread out.
Oh
He-
yeah,
Self-insert.
that's
Literal
an
self-insert.
actual picture he took of himself. So yeah, he definitely did.
Which means make it your own on focus on meeting the mutants on their terms, which means deeply respecting their canon and the emotional investment that fans have in that canon. With this in mind, this is the start of Marvel's Mutant Saga. How long is this going to be? That's pretty long.
And
First,
You know,
so long. In fact, he had to go to another. He had to create another post, and he has a blue check. That's the crazy part.
That's why I was like, how long is this? Are we about to read another one of Beau's?
I'm with you.
Rants.
Yeah.
Like on my own time, sure, but not on this live stream. You gotta let me know if anything's in there that's like great. How about we go to the thing we actually know he talked about that we should be covering, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. All right. I retweeted it. That'll be easy to find.
Oh, we gotta go talk to Paw Cougler about Black Panther. Everybody check in with Paw Cougler.
Papa Cool is about to become a pop himself.
I don't understand it. I don't know who else has had this level of control over an IP. Like, no, y'all can't move forward with an overarching theme of the cinematic universe without speaking to me. Who else got that?
Before we do, can I interject? And the only reason I'm interjecting is because there's new evidence, or new pieces at least, that have been presented to me that I want to put on the table of conversation before
Woohoo!
we go to this.
Let's hear it.
Uh-oh.
Nothing Scoopy. There's nothing like that. I wasn't told anything.
Look at y'all.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like. Oh, wait, come on.
that stood. So this morning we kind of talked on the Morning Report show about what Beau said, and some of the things and blah blah blah. And then I kind of came in really hot and heavy with a pre-existing mind of, oh, okay, this is what I've been saying, this is what some of us have been, going on, like it has to go through Ryan is the guy, this and that. Now I still don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's true or not. As I said on Twitter, maybe, just maybe, two things can be true at once. I've been told, I'm not going to tell from who, but I've been told that is not what Beau is saying on Twitter, is not what he has told another person in regards to what could and could not be done with T'Challa in the MCU, or in that cartoon rather, or whatever. I was also told that I also want to highlight this part, because remember I mentioned earlier during the morning stream, Beau's the one that said last year continuity or humanity over continuity. So if that was your feeling last year, and again, I don't know anything for sure. He says so many things. He talks a lot on Twitter as well. I'm just putting pieces together. He said that last year. We also know that he is a big Chadwick fan. We know that because he named his cat Chadwick.
Yeah, he did.
So I think when he said that last year, humanity over continuity, he was maybe not so much, he was disgruntled with Marvel, but maybe not so much disgruntled to where he can be like, let me rile up a group I also know is disgruntled with Marvel to try to get them to also go at Marvel even harder. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. That's just because why say that then, humanity over continuity, if that's not your feelings as of the 12th of August this year? Because the 12th of August this year, now you're saying, okay, well, I ran it by Cougler and it got vetoed, this and this and that.
So a little bit of bail for both of those things to be true at the same time. Maybe him saying that humanity over canon is the same thing as I checked with Cougler. Cougler said no, so I let him stay on that decision, being that he was mourning and the rest of the people involved were mourning, and I ran with his decision. Humanity over continuity. Like maybe that's what he meant. But even still, there is enough deviation in there to call it a question, right? Like, okay, Are we shifting this blame towards Cougler now because you maybe took a little bit of smoke for this whole putting T'Chaka in place of T'Challa, and now we're trying to shift some of the blame where you thought maybe you'd be safe from it initially? Like maybe with all this other stuff going on this season, I didn't think people were going to pick that out. So now I can kind of lay that at Ryan Coogler's feet. Or was that really what it was? I think there's enough room in there for both of those things to be true, though.
Right. I agree. And then the last thing, again, nothing scoopy, but I never know who's watching unless they comment. You never know who is watching. My source watched this morning's stream.
Yes.
And, I go back and forth with my source all the time when we do talk. It's never like a, especially with something I don't agree with, because he knows I don't think that they're recasting T'Challa. That's just my thing. And then he has told me sometimes, I don't even want to tell you, Scoops, because you don't even believe that they're recasting T'Challa.
Why is he trying to manipulate you like that? Nah, stand your ground.
And things like that. But did come to me and say that, and I'll tell you some of the things I was saying in the conversation. He said that Beau's not telling the truth, not being truthful in what he's saying, and things like that. And then I asked, I said, do you have any evidence to counter Beau's claims? Because you're telling me he's lying. I need you to give me evidence that claims this person.
Bro, you're not Hollywood Reporter. You're not the ones who go, oh, okay, got it. Good to know. I'm gonna go shit on this black man. That's not you.
Right. So then he was like, he says, well, did blah blah blah, did Beau present evidence? And I'm like, yeah, but he works with studio, all this kind of stuff. So then we had another conversation. We're kind of going back and forth for a minute, blah blah blah. But also told me, I want to tell you, but what I have is so close to the chest that it would get my guys over at Marvel in trouble. So do with that what you want.
Shoot or dribble. Shoot or dribble. Ain't nobody make you reach out to me. You know what? Let me not. I ain't gonna edge your source like that. It's all good. I'm gonna just tell you the shit or get off the pot, buddy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We either got this relationship or we don't. So, but don't let him burn his bridges. I don't want to burn your bridges either. I'm just talking.
You could be watching right now.
Don't mind me.
Right.
Don't mind me.
So yeah, yeah, so do with that what you want. That's all I got, was just that, what I have is so close to the chest it could get my guys over Marvel in trouble.
And that Beau DeMayo was being dishonest.
Oh yes, that Beau DeMayo was being dishonest.
So look, there was in that whole, Spider-Man got caught shooting wherever the hell he was at. I think there was somebody talking about or had pictures of a tank with a Panther symbol on the side of the tank. I don't know how that necessarily plays into the things that we've heard about Spider-Man so far, but maybe, I feel like if there's going to be an introduction of a Black Panther going into this cycle, it's not going to be obvious where. If we're getting what we want and we're getting a variant T'Challa, it's not going to be obvious where, because we've exhausted all the options so far, right? Like all the black IPs are already done. He ain't showing up in Wonder Man. Eyes of Wakanda's done. We just don't have the roadmap. So wherever he comes in is going to be unconventional. Could it be Spider-Man? Could it be Doomsday? I don't think you would wait. I wouldn't wait all the way until Secret Wars. That would, by that point, it's kind of like a throwaway. But I don't know. Wherever it comes, it's not going to be. We're not going to be able to call it. We're not going to be able to call the shot if it's coming at all.
Next, you're gonna say that Liefeld's dishonest.
Who do we say was dishonest?
Rob Liefeld.
You're going to believe what you want to believe. I disagree. Of course you do, Tony Randall. I guess they were fighting each other. I don't know. I just wanted to click on it and you know what I mean? You guys are here. Let me click on it. So
yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. several points have been made that are good points from several different people with YouTube channels, people without YouTube channels. Points of, just several points have been made. Several good points from a lot of different people have been made. It's just really just going to, I think, have to be answered in Doomsday and things like that, and our Doomsday Secret Wars. I still am of the mindset that I don't believe whatever happens with Black Panther and Doomsday Secret Wars has to then have an effect on Black Panther 3. I still don't believe that. It is going to be a film that takes place in a soft rebooted, whatever universe. So I don't believe that. But unless they destroy
the rest of the franchises. Do you think that about Fantastic Four? Do you think that about Thor, or the next time we see the Hulk or Spider-Man? You think they're going to be unaffected by Doomsday too? Doomsday and Secret Wars? Because I mean that has to be what you're saying. Now, if we go through this whole thing and the only thing that we don't pick up on and carry through Secret Wars is the variant T'Challa, why are we still here, my people?
No, I mean,
why are we still here?
I mean, not so much that the story's not going to be picked up on. I believe, obviously, we're going to have a story in Wakanda. I just believe it's going to be the story we left on in Wakanda forever, not with him as a little kid, because we obviously don't know how much time it's going to be.
So we're going to be permanently in the past in the Black Panther. We're always going to be like perpetually behind.
I think he'll be older. And at that point,
I had came up with a theory after I had watched Wakanda Forever of what the third movie was going to be based on how this second one ended. I said, because remember in the movie you had Beau talking to Ross, and this was after Ramonda was killed, and she had found out that he was working with them, and he had brought it to her about vibranium, and he said she already knew about it, and he already knew that with the type of person who she is and how greedy she is, that she would want some of that. And I said they already had the fight with Namor and Shuri and all of them like down there. I said, what if in the third movie they had it where she did something to manipulate a conflict between the two of them, where they're going to fight against each other, and she tries to eat, and while they're fighting, she's going to try to find her way to get into Wakanda to get that vibranium as a distraction. And then that's somewhat the plot of it, of how the movie was going to go. I don't know. That was just a theory that I had threw out there a couple years ago of what could possibly, because you don't even know, because Black Panther 3 is coming out after Secret War, so we don't know what the landscape of the MCU is going to be after that. So
that's the point. That's the point I'm keep making with I think the direction they're going, and that's with that child, but I don't think he's going to be that child. I think he'll be older. One of the things I mentioned, and I think this is a strong possibility. It's not a strong possibility, but I think it's just something that's out there. The kid, Miles Canton, he said he wants to be he said, I want to be Miles Morales. Well, buddy, that's not going to happen. But you do know somebody in...
Why you just crush your dream?
Yeah, you do know somebody in Marvel that is very highly regarded over at Marvel.
Man said, yeah, that shit you want, it's not going to happen. But...
you can come in and be, T'Challa Jr.
No. You think Damson Idris, as small as Black Hollywood is, you think Damson Idris would walk in that room and be like, "No, I'm not taking little T'Challa. I'm not taking little TT," right? And then Miles Canton, who will pretty much be where Damson Idris was 4 or 5 years ago, or no, not even that. Where he is today is where Miles Canton presumably will be in like 2027, 2028, right? Like he's starting to bump up his profile. He get a few more silver screen appearances. That'll equal the 4 seasons that Damson had on Snowfall. That's good movie math. Now I got
Okay.
some gravitas. Now I can demand something. You want something from me? Give me a permanent role. Give me something that's not a throwaway. My man Damson Idris walked so I could run.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I hate entertaining the child experiment.
I mean, it's you know, as again, I know we all have our different takes and things on it. I don't think it's an experiment. I think it's maybe an experiment for us. I think it's but for
plan
them, I
A.
think it's their plan. It's what they're doing. I think the experiment was the post-credit scene, and once that was like, oh, they feeling it. Okay,
What did they get from the post-credit scene that made them be like, "Yep, that's our direction. That's it right there."
just acceptance.
It wasn't met with a bunch of fanfare. It didn't go viral on the internet. It's
No, it didn't go viral. But anytime you talk to fans that aren't recast T'Challa fans, they are saying, "Oh no, did you not see the post-credit scene? He is recast."
Hey, there's even
Look,
some
man.
recast T'Challa who saw that and said, "Ah, thumbs up."
Look, man. You already know where I'm at on this thing. I don't think it's good movie math to come in for the third iteration of a franchise, especially when the second iteration lost so much money compared to the first one. But going to the third iteration with a third version of another Black Panther, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just eliminate the child for a second. We obviously know what our problems are with that. But any character in that position in Black Panther 3 that's not T'Challa is a damage to the IP. That's as
Agreed.
simply as I can put it. There is historical data on franchises since franchises existed that tell you that. This is not a niche opinion. This is not something that they don't already know in the halls of Disney. So if they walk into this situation knowing full on well that putting this shit out here again without the character that everybody expects to be in that seat for the second time in a row will lose you even more money, and they do it anyways, then just watch the house burn. Watch that shit burn. Because they worked extra hard on Fantastic Four. They pretty much revamped the entire season of Daredevil. They put more money than they could actually spend into the marketing of Thunderbolts, and none of it's worked. You telling me that T'Challa Toussaint from Haiti is going to break down the doors and everybody's fucking with? Okay, okay, let's put some money on that one. I lost my bet for Superman versus Fantastic Four. I've woken up. The wool's been pulled off my eyes. I see it clearly now. Let's bet some money on that one. Any takers? Who thinks that Wakanda for Wakanda 3 or whatever the hell Black Panther 3 is going to be successful? Got a hot dollar for you right now.
It's going to be called Black Panther. It's going to be called Black Panther: The War for Wakanda.
I actually do, and the only reason I think it's going to be successful is because, again, I don't comment in these spaces anymore. I do read in these spaces though, where these people that aren't us are fine with, because Marvel's not going to set it up as the way I think we are. They're probably going to set it up the way we think we are, and we're going to be disgusted by it. But I'm telling you, the average fan is going to eat up, because he's not going to be this kid the whole film.
I don't think that exists anymore, Darius. I don't think that the average fan is going to carry us. I don't think that exists. I think if this year has proved to us about anything, is that,
but that doesn't,
that normal audience will take us to the promised land. That does not exist.
I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying that, because I'm not saying that. First of all, I think the normal audience will show up for what they want to show up for. I think what we're seeing is not a result of them, being accepting of characters. It's just a result of them being tired of Marvel. So I don't think that has anything to do with being accepting of T'Challa Jr. or whatever they're going to call him.
A couple years down the line, that they'll be more or less accepting of Marvel. Like
that's yet to be seen from that's yet to be seen from the next two Avengers films. We got to see what Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars are going to do. If those
in this scale, though. Remember, we was having this conversation earlier this year about Fantastic Four, and you was getting on me about, but if they put Robert Downey Jr. in it. Robert Downey Jr. wasn't even gonna fix that.
But see, when we got even closer to it, when the post-credit scene leaked, and because nobody wanted to know what the post-credit scene was, nobody likes leaks before, and I knew what it was way before, and I said it on here. I didn't say what it was, but I said I won't say what it is, but if that is truly the post-credit scene and they do that, That's not going to move the needle. Those were my words. And then remember, it happened. I said, and it was, and I said, it did not move the fucking needle.
You want to know what they can, you know what Marvel can actually do to actually fix this? Maybe possibly put more black led films out. Maybe it's, you know what? I'm gonna give a huge hot take when I say this. Maybe it's not superhero fatigue people are having. Maybe they're having white superhero fatigue.
Don't shake the bee's nest. Don't get them too upset now, Toria.
Listen, I'm shaking the table. See this? The table has officially been shook. No, I'm saying that because there was a video. Sure, you might have been there too, because Dre had reacted to a video where they were talking about the success of Black Panther, the success of Captain Marvel, and the success of Aquaman. All of them made
ourselves.
$1 billion. Then when their sequels came out, neither one made $1 billion because with Black Panther Wakanda Forever, T'Challa wasn't there. And Captain and the Marvels, it was her, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau. And then Aquaman 2, that was just an abomination. But Amber Heard, yeah. So that played a huge factor. But notice all of the sequels, they either had to share with others, it was just lackluster, or your main character was not present, and none of them reached $1 billion. But the first ones did. Black lead, Black female lead, and a person of color lead. And all three of them. And the thing about it is, who would have thought Aquaman would have been their first $1 billion film under the DCEU? Not Batman, none of that. None of their flagship characters. Wonder Woman came very close, but didn't make it. But Aquaman shocked everybody making $1 billion. It shocked me. I was one of them.
So, it was a Christmas release, remember? That
too. You know, that was his thing. Aquaman 2 came out around the same time too, and that didn't help it. But like I said, all you got to do is if you put more black leads in there. I mean, do we have to go back to 1998 and explain what the Daywalker did for Marvel?
See, but I think that what I was getting at with that, what that one part was, and to add to what you're saying there, to the, you know, what the Daywalker did and black characters and this and that, I think I don't think it's going to be presented the way, again, for us, it's going to be, gross, I'm not doing it, T'Challa no dollar. For them, if they go, and again, I think that's to be seen from Avengers Doomsday. That's if Marvel can have some type of resurgence in their audience, because right now it's non-existent. But they're not, I think they're not going to call him Toussaint. They're not going to call him TJ. And if they age him up, he's going to be T'Challa. And the audience is not going to be referring to him as T'Challa Jr. or anything like that, because they're not. They're going to refer to him as T'Challa.
I think we did this already. You can't have it both ways. You can't leave it ambiguous and say, "Oh, this isn't the original T'Challa," but then never acknowledge.
I mean, it'll be a step. Oh, it's not. It's not that it's not going to be acknowledged. It's just not going to be the focal point of the film.
But the first time that they do it, look, the way that you said, okay, when we see it as comic book fans, we're going to see it and we're going to be like, ugh, gross. But the normal fan is not going to pick up on it. I'll push back on that. I'm telling you, they will push back on it too. They won't know why. They won't be able to articulate it. But the signal that you are sending to the crowd by acknowledging that this is another different version is that it is lesser. When they go to Superman, or excuse me, when they go to hero IPs, superhero IPs, they see the same titular characters over and over and over again. That is how American media has built up these archetypes. Goku, Superman, even now today, Invincible. We do that shit. We build up our protagonists. That is what keeps us coming back. Ethan Hunt, Dominic Toretto. Those guys are built up to hold up the IP. When that is not the case, when it's cheap, when anybody can do it, when it's hot potato, it is a lesser product. There is no version of this where you get more popular by going down the list of participants.
Yes,
There's
but
no
it's
way of doing
Lester.
that.
Yeah, I understand. I hear what you're saying, but it's Lester to who, Marcus? Because he just became
No,
a house.
I'm talking general movie fans. I'm talking about people who watch Fantastic Four as much as they watch Fast and Furious. I'm talking about people who watch Mission Impossible as much as they watch Star Wars. The way that you signal to a crowd that this person is larger than life is you build up their lore. You build up their legend. You don't keep swapping people out and be like, oh, well, no, this will work. This version will work. Oh, no, plug in that version. Nobody does that. Even with James Bond, there are different people donning that mantle, but they're always James Bond. They're always playing James Bond. Without that title, without that position, the secret agent means nothing. There are plenty of secret agents in MI6. None of them are Agent 007.
No, I get that. I do. I was trying to find the. I guess our DMs only. I guess they delete them after a certain point. We can only go up so far. I don't have that video. Yeah. I don't have that video saved anymore. I don't think I do. It was just a video. And again, maybe it means nothing now. Obviously, none of this means anything now. It's all just talk until we actually see. But I was just going to share just the video just from Josh's stream, just when he proposed the question.
People reacting about the child. Look, I think as much as you can kind of gauge that type of engagement, right? And you got to take it with a grain of salt because most of these platforms, let's just be honest, man, we are breeding grounds for bot engagement. So it gets very hard with controversial topics to gauge where the public interest is. The only thing that feels like concrete to me is how you push an audience like outside of online stuff. Where you see the biggest draw for people outside of internet, because the internet will lie to you. The internet convinced Sony to re-release Morbius. Okay, so I will stress myself to look for more examples of the normies being amenable to anybody taking up a mantle out there, right? But history has taught me that we root for legends, we root for underdogs, we root for people who show up time and time again. And so the idea that they're going to be able to kind of trick the audience into, well, it's kind of what you wanted, right? But we still get to hold on to what we wanted to do. Okay, well, sometimes you don't get what you want and serve the audience at the same time. Sometimes your motivations and making the best product for the patrons is not aligned. And so how long and how much evidence do we need to see that you're not serving the audience? And we're not even just talking about Black Panther now. We're talking about Marvel in general. Like if they not shitting their pants right now, I don't know when they're gonna shit. They must be constipated.
Well, that's what and see. We've talked about this too. Well, at least in the morning. Either they're shitting themselves, and I believe they are internally, but they are not showing it outwardly at all. When you have Bob Iger coming out just early top of last week or whenever it was and saying, oh, hey, say what you want about Fantastic Four. We're happy. And we're working on the sequel. And we're confident that when people see these characters in the next two Avengers films, it's going to skyrocket the box office for Fantastic Four 2. So hold our beer. That's Marvel. That's now maybe not internally. I don't know. I'm not there. But outwardly, that's not the attitude that they're showing the world. They are how we're all talking on our podcast. Marvel cracks and Fantastic Four did this and it did there. Hey, brother, we're working on the motherfucking sequel. We're not, the numbers didn't phase us. And again, maybe that's internal. We're the fire and they're just like, oh shit, it's we're shitting ourselves. But they're just they're poker face. They've got a good game face on right now. Then,
well, I for one hope that it's not just a poker face. I hope that they actually take that attitude and they change nothing. Because if that's their attitude, we're good. We ain't worried about them weak ass numbers. We'll get them back on Doomsday and Secret Wars. And that means they've changed nothing. That means they're going to go about the next two films the same way that they would have 10 years ago, and it's going to fail.
Here's the thing: when you have, and I know I use Josh as an example all the time, but he's one of the biggest Marvel shills on Twitter and YouTube. When you have
You say shill?
shill, because Josh will flip flop. Just yesterday, it was we need to have a serious conversation. Just 2 hours ago on Twitter was we're back. So
he will give you the most doom and gloom kind of rundown of where Marvel is, and then wrap it all up with, now I think they can still come back. No, I think they can still turn it around. He just finds a way to put a positive spin on it.
So yesterday he was talking about you brought this video up and it made me think about what he says here. What did you say before, Marcus?
About
fuck. I don't even remember.
The last thing he said was he's a shill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He'll like give you the most like dire rundown of the circumstances for Marvel, and then be like, oh, but they can still turn it around. I think they can still do well.
Oh, yeah. So when you have guys like Josh that are saying now, based off of the newest plot leak, and again, we don't know because we don't know if it's real or not. But based on the newest plot leak is just surrounded around, okay, at the end of Endgame, Captain America took the stones back. While taking the stones back, he made a branch timeline, had a life with Peggy. During that life with Peggy, he caused an incursion. That incursion is affecting Doctor Doom. He's mad. He's coming to kill Cap because incursion.
Coming to kill Cap? That's the whole basis for Doomsday is Tony Stark, Doom trying to kill Cap.
For as it stands right now,
so they just said fuck Phase 5, fuck Phase 6. We're doing a direct sequel to Endgame. Like,
can we
doing...
and that's
get
why
a time machine and go back to February of 2023 and bring Kang back and do the Kang Dynasty's time.
And from my understanding, in these newest leaks, they don't even mention Kang. Like, Kang's not even mentioned as far as like in the film. There's no explanation for that. It's just Doom. Also, if this is the plan, I said all that to say, if this plot leak is true and this is what they're trying to do or whatever. Because even, and I know I even say my things about my time. A lot of people do, but I mean, your resume is your resume. She's not always right, but she has been right a lot. And the one of the things she said too, before that even came out, was in order for the multiverse to survive, Steve has to die. So they're still tying it into Steve. So there again, when Kevin Feige said in his interview a couple weeks ago, let's read between the lines here, the reason Brave New World failed is because Steve Rogers wasn't in it. I believe they think the reason the entire multiversal saga failed is because Steve Rogers and Iron Man weren't in it. So you bring back Robert Downey Jr. as Doom and you bring back Captain America as Captain America, and you got your two big stars back on the screen. They're thinking instant box office. So if that's what I said all that to say, if that's what they're thinking. And I said what I said about Bob Iger saying, hey, we're working on the sequel. We're not phased. If that's what they're thinking, then no, the mindset over at Marvel Studios has not changed, which means moving forward in their soft reboot, why would it change? I think the soft reboot. I'm sorry. One more thing. I think the soft reboot is just, you got the X-Men, you got Fantastic Four, you got some pieces and players and action figures we didn't have to play with before. But now we got them all here. So we're going to pull the toy box out and we're going to give you a good soft reboot and toys. I think that's what it is.
I play poker, right? Play Hold'em. And when you play online, one of the things that a lot of like people who don't really like poker just kind of get on there to kind of fuck around, they do on online poker is that they will go all in like every hand, like pre-flop, all in, right? And it feels like it's coming from a very confident place. If you don't play poker a lot, you're like, oh shit, this person's got something. Let me get up out of here. Right. But then if you stick in the lobby for a while, you begin to realize that this person's full of shit. And the minute you call them on that pre-flop all in bet, they've lost the house. And so that is kind of the jeopardy that I see in this move, is that this is everything. This is everything they got. This is everything that they can think of. This is the best they can possibly do. They've gotten every major creator who is responsible for their ascension that they can possibly grab, from Robbie Downey Jr. down to Marcus and McFeely. This is their swan song. So if it bricks, somebody's leaving, right? Somebody's getting marched out the back door. Somebody's going to be starting to put the fries in the bag, right? Because it isn't getting any better than this. You brought back Robert Downey Jr. You paid him almost $100 million. You're going to make the entire arc about Doomsday circled around Steve Rogers. So you're bringing back Chris Evans. If you can't get it done here, it's not getting done. Fries, meat bag.
And brought back the person that you got rid of because you said it was becoming too expensive to pay.
Expensive.
And you brought him back to pay him even more money.
Even more money
than you was paying him before.
And then told Vanity Fair 2 weeks ago that there's possibly more Robert Downey Jr. even in the future.
So you're paying him even more money.
Even more.
That's a huge bulk of your budget going right there. And remember when they announced Robert Downey Jr. as Doom at Comic-Con last year, the reception was like,
why?
Yeah, why? Like, that's literally how people was like, it was very mixed. Like, it wasn't like, oh my God. You know, it wasn't like when Mahershala Ali got announced as Blade, or when they said it was going to be called Kang Dynasty. Like, that reception was very, very hype.
Yeah.
But when you brought in Robert Downey Jr. back, because it's like, wait a minute.
I think it was more
his character
like,
would be
yo.
Yeah, because it was like, it's not that it's not that people are upset, like, because of course people want to see Doom. You bring the Fantastic Four, you gotta bring Doom. Yep. But you couldn't find another actor to play that part. You went back and you got Robert Downey Jr. And again, this is no knock on him because you know the talent is there. I said what it is of course they are in that funk, so they needed to find someone that they could hope to bring people back. But also he's coming off that Oscar win for Oppenheimer. So they're trying to cash in on that as well. But here's the thing. You have a not one, but two-time Oscar winner in Mahershala Ali. And where the heck is Blade at?
On ice.
But what? That's not the same thing. What do you mean? Those are black Oscars.
Those are black Oscars.
Black Oscars.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting for them to see how they can wrap all this together. You know, I don't know who saw, but this morning I also compared this whole thing that they're doing with Steve and Doom with I didn't watch the Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, but in the Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, that when they use Kang, the whole storyline with Kang is he's coming back because, or he's coming to this reality because, or he's coming to this reality because something that Steve Rogers did is affecting his world and or killing the world he conquered, or destroying the world he conquered, or something like that. So he's going back in time to kill Steve Rogers. So I don't know if they are borrowing from, or I just thought maybe they are. I don't know if they're borrowing from Earth's Mightiest Heroes and they're just recycling Kang stories. But I've been saying, we've all been saying, I don't understand. Well, we understand. We don't understand, but we know what happened as to why they're not using Kang. But to just throw Kang to the side and not use him at all is just, it's incredibly crazy to me. And again, it just leans toward them leaning so heavy on Robert Downey Jr. They're just like, hey, Robert's back, Steve is back. Kang who?
You're seeing a pattern. You have Kang, Jonathan Majors, tossed away. You have Mahershala Ali, Blade, that's in limbo hell right now. Who else? I mean, who else can we?
Monica Rambeau's.
Monica Rambeau is in another universe somewhere.
Yeah. Canceled. Armor Wars.
All of them.
You have Riri Williams out here making deals with Mephisto.
Well, not just making deals with Mephisto, but who watched her make a deal with Mephisto when you advertised it 10 days before she made the deal with Mephisto?
Well, yeah, you got that point there. Shout out to Nelson's
you put her
in
marketing hell. You put her in marketing hell,
right? And I bet you that they're probably gonna do the same thing with Wonder Man. So I mean, Eyes of Wakanda, the same thing.
Wonder Man.
I just saw I saw a group. What are they called? What is their YouTube channel? Some black people, black folks. What is their
Black Girl Nerds?
No, not Black Girl Nerds. Let me check my library here really quick. They were just talking about the lack of advertisement for Wakanda.
Podcast.
Is that them?
That'll be the Crazy Stupid podcast. Yep.
That is them. That is them. Yeah, the Crazy Stupid podcast of Black folks. They were talking about it.
You gonna pull it up?
No, you won't hear it on my end. I'm on Firefox.
I wanted to say about Robert Downey, like, actually, he knows his worth. He can say, well, when my character's gone from Marvel, every movie made a few $100 million less dollars. So I'm going to actually factor that in when I'm negotiating my new price.
Exactly.
He's also not in a position where those accolades are going to be knocked down for him, right? This is called a spade a spade. He's Robert Downey Jr. He's a white male that comes with inherently better negotiating standing points. So
Clearly,
certain people are not going to get that leadway or all of the just due for all their accomplishments the way that he is.
Super chat. I'm too fly cam. They will definitely end up combining Gunn and Reeves. I think the same thing too. I think it's likely that they merge. It's an obvious monetary decision. Who comes out on top? All Robin versus TMNT?
TMNT. Yeah.
All of the Robins versus the Ninja Turtles.
I'm gonna give it to the Robins.
All of the Robins versus the Ninja Turtles? No, the Ninja
How
Turtles.
durable are Ninja Turtles?
fucking
Robins
beating
are
Leo.
still human.
Very durable.
Yeah. So
Who's beating Leo?
Who's beating
Like,
Dick?
I think everybody else can get beat by a Robin.
beating
Who's
Dick?
beating Leo?
Okay, well, I guess my mind is just not I'm an old. I've been often told I'm an old soul, so I guess I have an old mind. My mind didn't go there. It just didn't go there.
What did he say? What'd you say, Darius?
Yeah, what did you say?
I'm not saying it again now because I understand.
What did he say, Torian?
No, you got to catch it on the playback because I don't want to.
No, come on, say it.
Nah, not saying
Say it.
Nah.
You said who's beating Robin. I said
What did you say?
The second Robin.
Second
name.
Robin was Jason Todd.
Oh, I'm sorry. The first Robin.
That
First
was
name.
funny though.
The first Robin?
I
That'd
said
be Dick
who's
Grayson.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said who's beating his first name.
Right.
Who's beating his first name?
And then when you say it like that, it makes it even funnier.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
This was the moment you were talking about people accepting T'Challa.
But you can't see the chat. Can you play the
this
chat back?
this is the Clips channel
Nah,
that
it's
I
a
pulled
replay.
up.
Probably don't.
Oh.
The Clips channel doesn't show his replay. I could go there and see it, but
No, it's whatever.
should I play it at all?
No, you can play it. See what he said.
Codified over time into what I would say is the majority of the fan base kind of coming around to this idea and being like, nah, like you need T'Challa. That's a very important character. That character needs to exist. You wouldn't not make Superman movies if Clark Kent passed, and we know that because we actually have examples of this. Christopher Reeves, the horse accident, and all that. Like, imagine if after Christopher Reeves had the accident, they were like, well, now there'll never be another Clark Kent Superman, but we'll do Jonathan Kent. And he'll come in and be Superman, and he's a Kent, he's related and all that, right? So I say all that to say that the fandom has sort of come around on this, and I think Marvel has tried to figure out and acquiesce. In Wakanda Forever, you see their attempt at this, and the attempt is that T'Challa now had a secret child that he at least raised partially on his own in secret, away from Wakanda. This child's name is Toussaint. Toussaint is now going to be T'Challa II, the male Black Panther. Now, frankly, a lot of people still don't like this. I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, I might come around on it. I might accept it depending on how it's actually done.
See,
extreme disagreement there. With
I told you,
I might accept
he
it
was
depending
up
on
there,
how it
he's
gets
the
done.
strongest.
I'm going no matter what happens or story point or however they execute it, whatever theme song is playing, the IP that is T'Challa, the greatest Black character ever, being off screen because of this replacement substitute is regressive.
He will give you the most downtrodden, the worst layout of circumstances that he possibly can give you, and then be like, "But I can get with it though. I guess I can do it. I guess I can get along with it." Like he even gave the examples that you would plan to give him to get him off of that stance. He's fully aware of it. He understands it. Understands that it's a lesser version, but I can get with it. I can get with it. I can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people saw that in Wakanda Forever, and they were like, like that's just not good enough. You know, again, think about the Christopher Reeves example with Superman. That a lot of people did not like this. Now, interestingly, within the last year, Jeff Snyder, who, by the way, man, you know, Jeff had this big report of a page 1 rewrite on the Clayface movie. Gunn shot that down. Now, this is tricky for me because Gunn talks outside of both sides of his mouth, but like Jeff has kind of been caught with his fingers in the cookie jar over the past year quite a bit. Sometimes it's because he just doesn't know nerdy shit. So like, here's a good example. Jeff had a really big report that Marvel was recasting T'Challa. This made major waves. And yet at the same time, as he was reporting that, some other really good insiders came forward to say it is not a recast T'Challa. It is T'Challa II, or Toussaint, from the multiverse aged up. He will be the new Black Panther. Now, to Jeff, he might not care. He might not see the difference, but there's a big difference, and it really fucking matters. When Jeff made that report, a lot of people thought, oh my God, it finally happened. They're actually going to recast T'Challa. And people like Jeff might not think that there's a difference between recasting T'Challa proper or bringing in a new Black Panther that's technically his son, that's a variant, that's maybe even going to be called T'Challa. But to a lot of us, that is a very important distinction, okay?
Now it's us. To us, it makes a distinction. I think that means he's on the bandwagon of preferring actual T'Challa, yeah? Like, I actually like a lot of this. This is working.
It's a 12-minute video, and we are 3 minutes in.
I
say all of that to say,
I want to just say that while yes, he does say a lot of things, I think we would all prefer that he closed the door on the option for it to be acceptable.
That is my point. You are speaking to 13,000 people right now.
I wish he would close the door because we expect that same thing from folks who have smaller platforms.
Right.
And I just want the same thing I want for him from other folks, or I want the same thing from him that I expect from other folks. You know what I mean? Like if we're not going to allow other folks to leave the door open and, you know, keep their back channel to Marvel safe and unoffended, then we can do that for everybody. It's okay. Like, I don't hate him as a person. I don't think that he has to turn in his fandom card. I just think there's a little bit of compromise in there. Let's get that out of there.
Oh, compromise being a great choice of words.
Say that when Jeff had that report, it sort of brought this whole storm back up. It's kind of like kicking the hornet's nest in a way. Everybody was like, oh shit, okay, well, what does it mean? And again, the good reporting from reliable people that Jeff tends to take shots at these people, and yet some of them have a better track record than him. It's wild to me, right? Regardless of all that, other people were saying it's not T'Challa, it's Toussaint. Okay, now the next thing that happened, of course, was the leaked concept art. Okay, the leaked concept art, which I gotta try to. Is somebody bringing it up in this thread? Oh yeah, beautiful. Here we go. The leaked concept art from this thread here, and I want to show you this. Okay,
actually, he pulled it up.
So, you know, sort of a side note to this story is that it is damn sure looking like those concept art leaks were real. Maybe not all of them will automatically reflect what's going to happen in the movie, but at this point, so much other stuff has popped up that seems to be confirmed from the concept art. You're like, whoa, what the hell? Okay, so this comes out, and there were several versions of this, which indicate that Marvel is trying different versions of the look of their new T'Challa. And because people saw this, and here's the thing, all of the other concept art that was in here reflect the actual actors that are in those roles. Okay? Another thing that people found within the leaks was like every single face in these leaks corresponds to an actual actor or actress, except for two. That would be this one with Black Panther, and the other one was Tommy Maximoff, aka Speed.
That's not true.
Not
Pause that
I show
really
Speed.
quick. The only reason they are saying that, and when I say they, I mean people from the caucus, is the Caucasian folks are saying that from his community, because they don't,
From the caucus.
they don't know who Damson Idris is.
I got white.
We
You find any offense in that right there?
we all saw Damson's face. Most of us saw Damson's face or a black face from, you know, within an actor we know. Some people were saying Eddie Cathetti or whatever. We saw a black actor face that we know in there. They were the ones saying, no, that's not just a black actor, that's just some generated AI face. No, it wasn't. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. Tina.
What's up, Tina?
What up?
Listen, this is real ghetto. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Look, because I don't never use like my MacBook, so I had to switch from my desktop to my MacBook, and I don't like this. So this is my first time doing this. Hey, black people.
What's going on?
Nothing. I just saw that Torian was here, so I felt like, you know, this was a group meeting, so I just barged in. Hi.
What's going on? Glad to have you here.
I don't get invites anymore from Chill. I don't know what happened with our relationship. I don't know what's going on. You don't hit me up anymore.
Fake victim.
Look, and Marcus, you look like you're about to go to sleep. So, you know,
Ma'am, I am hanging on by a thread. I told the first time you popped in, I'm like, hurry up and get her up here. Get her up
here. What's up? I just came to speak, guys. You know, how are y'all doing?
Before
pop in that, what was the first? It was the last thing you heard.
I didn't hear anything because my computer was going stupid. I just saw black people here and Torian was here, so I felt like it was a group project. So I'm here.
Before she does, skip to where Josh says what he says. It's should be somewhere toward the end, I would assume.
The character of
Panther.
Yes. Outburst means before he actually answers. Black. I don't know. I'm totally speculating on that. I just know it's something we really care about and think about as a fandom. But I'll say this: it absolutely seems as though he has been contacted, and considering how much he actually does look like exactly on it, T'Challa, right? I want him to be actual.
Oh, here it is.
The same conversation we've been having for a couple of years. Let me just say this: my ultimate desire, my true hope here, is that they just actually bring T'Challa back. The
so far, so good.
T'Challa.
I agree with you, Josh. So far, we're all square, right, guys? Nothing wrong with what Josh just said there, right? Tina? You guys hear me?
Yep. Keep going. Yeah. Let me finish.
All right.
Right? I want him to be actual T'Challa. He can be from the multiverse. You know, he could be from a prior version of the multiverse. There's so many different ways they could do this. But I want actual T'Challa back, okay? At the same time, if this is the way they're trying to do it, and they're really just trying to have their cake and eat it too, right? If I get a male Black Panther in the next two Avengers movies, potentially in the future of the MCU, and people refer to him as T'Challa, and he is the Black Panther, and he's a male dude, and he takes it seriously, and he really appreciates it. Like, am I going to 100% love it? No. But am I going to let the fact that it's not exactly what I want to prevent me from enjoying the fact that I have a male T'Challa Black Panther back? No. I will enjoy having a T'Challa back. Like, I really...
This is fine for him to have this take. It is completely fine for him to have that take. What it makes me reconsider is when he be going on these rants, like the super shit rant, like he was so hard on the James Gunn mutant monkey troll super shit hashtag stuff for Superman, and then he found out it was true, and then he thought he got it changed, like actually got on stream and said that him causing a big fuss about it is what got it written out allegedly, and then it turns out it wasn't written out, and then all of a sudden it doesn't matter. So like at a certain point I start viewing you as just like farming engagement, maybe, because if the things you were ranting and raving about 6 months ago no longer factor into how you're judging the product, then now the next time you get all up in arms about something that's reportedly in a film, I'm gonna feel like you just doing this because it's the news of the week. Like you don't really have you're not planting your flag anywhere. You're not staking your interest on anything. And again, that's fine. Just don't pretend that you're doing it in the meantime either. I feel like personally he stepped over just about every good thing he did say by saying at the end of it, "Oh, as long as it's a black dude in a suit, we're good."
Right. Well, he said he wouldn't let that affect his enjoyment, even though that's not what he's looking for. Though the main reason we brought that up is to be like, look, the accepting of T'Challa, that's like, it's a dangerous character. It satisfies the male thing. They'll even call him T'Challa. And then when we cut over to his live chat, which is on a live stream version, let me share that screen. You'll see a bunch of people maybe agreeing with him or feeling what he was saying. Actually, someone else talk. I'll find it.
But going back to what Marcus said, you saying just put like when he said put a black male in the suit. So you're just saying, oh, just put anybody in there and we're just supposed to just accept that. No, we're not. That is not what that means. When we say T'Challa, that's what it means. T'Challa.
But you know where that comes from, right? You know where he gets that from, right?
I can just about guess.
Well, I'm just saying, if you think about like the narrative is we need a strong black male figure. That was like the talking point for a while in the group when it converted over to Shuri. That was the talking point. Y'all are trying to erase the black man. So someone like him, who's not really like affected or connected to it as much, he's seen these little spits and spats. And he's like, hey, if it's just a black man, I'm cool with it. That's what y'all niggas wanted, didn't you? Ain't that what y'all niggas wanted? Just a black man?
She's saying that he follows Dr. Boyce. Josh follows Dr. Boyce watching. That's what she's saying.
You got to be intentional with your wording. You got to be able to say things and mean what you say. The Shuri stuff, the Shuri hate, or the Shuri woman stuff, like that was the very wrong way to go from the get-go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there were a lot of the people who took hold of that narrative, right? This is an attack on black men.
Yeah.
Those were a lot of folks who came around for this discussion and this discussion because it served their purpose, right? That was also the height of the manosphere. And so when they saw that one of the oldest black male characters in comic book history was being replaced by a black woman, that was all the ammunition that they needed. Like the narrative was created off of that alone. Yeah, it was already there. So I do remember hearing that, and I won't dispel it like it didn't happen. I would just point out that a lot of those actors were folks who not even talking about Black Panther now, who don't give a shit.
Do white people see that?
Don't care.
They don't care. It's just we're all grouped together. Everybody's grouped together, so they don't.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no. They're not. They're not parsing that out for sure. I'm just like on a real, like empirical level, like that. That's how it broke down.
Especially and not going that route, but especially in today's America, we are definitely all the same to them.
Or just like when the conversation comes up, whenever you bring up Spider-Man and Peter Parker and Miles Morales ain't Spider-Man. He's Miles Morales. Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Right.
I mean, look at how like just like when they said when they said they was coming out with that Spider-Man 3 game, whenever that happens. Going forward, the main Spider-Man is going to be Miles Morales. Man, they were going in all over Twitter, all over them Reddit forums, everywhere, just crashing out, making a whole bunch of videos saying Miles Morales ain't Spider-Man. Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Torian, promise me we'll do a stream on that because I got opinions.
That is exact. He doesn't believe Miles Morales is Spider-Man. That is why. That is why we've always used the example of if they did this shit to Spider-Man, the uproar would be catastrophic.
So chill. Well, since we
nope, we're not doing it. We're not there. We're actually here. This is the live chat replay.
This dummy said we're actually here.
Yeah, we're here. Hold on, let me open the.
I can't stand this motherfucker.
Let me open the word.
I spent too much time with Chill.
Damn, it went away, but you guys saw it, right? I tried to make the words bigger, and it just disappeared on us. Too bad. Maybe I should refresh the page and skip to 110. Okay, so if we read some of these live chats from these people who have spoken, you can see that they say things like, I really enjoyed Wakanda Forever, still haven't watched it, or Ant-Man 3. If he's the son aged up, it's fine. That's coming from Seattle Co. If he's variant T'Challa, that's also fine, says Seattle Co. But it was sad. Also, this idea that agenda-driven to hurt black people is funny. Black Panther Forever was very mid. I've only watched it once. Well, I want to see more people agreeing. I'll even take a variant of the original character at this point. That's Xavier Phoenix. We know him. He's on our streams all the time. Josh Superman tracking is out. I don't think that's the case at all. W actor. I think we need a new Black Panther and let T'Challa Boseman rest.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
I was about to say, what the fuck does that
What the
even
fuck
mean?
does that mean? We need a new Black Panther and let T'Challa Boseman rest.
Jason's Chadwick would have wanted a
Just type this
recast.
shit, bro. That's what I'm saying. At least 30% of the people in this chat are automated. Okay, it's very hard to parse the real from the automated.
Chad would have wanted a recast. It's documented. So did his brother. The fact that Marvel has his fingers in their ear and going la 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 la, I can't hear you, is pathetic. Never liked Shuri either, especially Infinity War, making Bruce Banner feel stupid. F out of here. That's that woman say.
Not him pinpointing the 30 seconds that Shuri was standing next to Bruce Banner and like, she made him feel stupid.
Well, the movie did nerf him up that whole movie. Like, God,
well, sure,
he
but
got in one
Shuri
occasion,
was the last one for making him feel stupid. He was like
if anything, it was highlighting more of Wakanda. I felt like because they took him to Wakanda. They were like, I know somebody that can help, blah blah blah. And she was like, okay, yeah, why didn't you just? I don't know. I thought it was a good scene.
It's rumored he's a villain. Yep, he could be an older T'Challa. Second movie. Oh, what happened? No, that's a lot of Panthers.
It's rumored he's a villain. Motherfuckers just saying shit.
That's a lot of Panthers. Damn, since 33. Sounds like the Three Kings story in Thor. What if he's a variant Killmonger?
No, Jesus.
Someone said, when are we getting Pink Panther? 3 Black Panthers from 3 different points in time.
Lord.
That's how experimental this stuff is. Everyone yelling, I am T'Challa, like the Malcolm X ending. Nah. What if Denzel is T'Challa from AVA? I doubt it, but I could see Denzel taking on his traits. I don't mind if he's either version. So that would be what, T'Child or multiverse variant. The common sentiment around Toussaint and T'Child's is that they accept it. It's acceptable. It can be tricked. People can sway. Some people don't want the character T'Challa. Listen closely.
So wait, we just sat up here and read all those comments.
Some people don't want the character of T'Challa. Listen closely.
No. It's not the
character of T'Challa. I got the mute button to watch this the first time. It's not the character of T'Challa. It's the portrayal of the character. Some people say that.
Marcus off.
I thought he was going to unmute himself and to say something. He just clicked off.
It's too late.
I bet you that nigga's gone. I bet you he's not coming.
Oh, he's back.
Okay.
Oh, he's back.
Firstly, nobody gets mute butted on the panel of 3 that we all run. Okay. Secondly, you just made me forget what the fuck I was even about to say. You made me so mad.
You said we just read all these comments and something.
Yeah, we just read all of them comments. The prevailing thought that you got from that was yay to child. Well, they was in that thing talking about R.I.P. to Boseman. Like, come on, man.
Yes, put T'Challa Boseman to rest.
Yes, there was definitely stuff in there that was pro T'Challa for sure. But it was so jumbled up in nonsense. Like, come on, man, we got to stop acting like like the prevailing thought is, if y'all don't give me that T'Challa, we gonna bomb the theater. Like we not gonna come out. We gonna boycott. That's just not where we at.
I think it's
Prevailing
in
thought to me
reverse.
feels
I
like
think it's reverse though.
Yeah, I think so. I think
it's in the reverse. Like these people don't care.
they don't give a shit. Okay, well, if they don't give a shit, then we got to go with conventional wisdom. Conventional wisdom tells me the original does the best. That's just where I'm at with it. Like, if they don't give a shit, then why are we not going with what we know works 100%? Everything else is experimental. Everything else is a if and a maybe.
I think they'd be cool with the child. I mean, I've always said that, just like the general speak. We're so far removed from Chadwick Boseman. I think people may be okay with a recast at this point if it's done right.
Even further removed in 3 years.
Tina,
8 years.
what do you know?
I'm not talking no more. Every time I get on this damn internet and get to talking, I get in trouble. I don't know anything. I just came here.
No.
What y'all are
You better get a whooping by. You better speak your mind.
I don't know anything. I just came in because I seen y'all. I know something about what?
I don't know. You was just creeping in the corner down
She
there.
she has to run her scoops by Cougler, y'all. It's just like it's just like them doing it at the MCU. Everybody got to go talk to Cougler first. Well, before she come out,
everybody got to run.
You got to call Ryan and be like, "Listen, this is what I'm about to say. Is that cool?"
Look,
Prove him wrong.
No. I don't know anything. I just came in because I seen black people here. I got to go back and watch the stream. I do want to see what I missed. I don't know what's going on.
We didn't touch on the Beau DeMayo thing yet. On the tweet.
He's about to get his job back. Right? You got to get his job.
You go. Wait a minute. Are you going back to that long post?
Hell,
no, the new one.
I'm about to say
the important one.
My brother Beau.
Yeah, just the important one. Marvel didn't want to use him, and I understood their emotional reaction. That's because someone said that you replaced T'Challa with T'Chaka. Didn't want to use him, and I understood their emotional reaction. Also, anytime I used Black Panther characters, my usage and designs had to be vetted by Ryan Coogler. Using T'Chaka also allowed me to skip the headache I endured when we used the Dora for a quick snippet in episode 10. He's gonna say that the Dora's dreads and afros were vetted, vetoed. Excuse me, vetoed. Yeah, they are, and that's why I was like, okay, we wanted to show different black hairstyles, but I got the note. He got a note, not an email. He got the note.
Yeah, no,
what do you know about that?
Talking about wanting to show different hairstyles, but made Storm a mammy and shit. You wasn't interested in black culture then. What you interested in black hairstyles now for?
Oh my God.
No, that's fine. Storm. I'm not talking about her hair. I'm talking about Sideline and Storm. And then if we want to move it over to Sunspot, we can. But we'll move on.
No, we're not doing that. Tina has to react to that. It mentioned Cougler. It mentioned Beau.
My personal opinion. This is just an opinion. I don't know about that. I don't know. It doesn't seem like Cougler would have that much control over animation, because like, is he involved in What If? Is he involved in Baby T'Challa, that little cartoon? So I don't know what my brother Beau is talking about. I'm not going to say that was not his experience. I've always been of the contention that he definitely has major influence over live action, but it would just be weird that he definitely was involved with Eyes of Wakanda, but the other things that's not canon, I just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense.
Because if you had to run the Dora by him, why not run T'Challa by him? Like, I'm not going to do no meeting about no Dora. I'm not. Or if I'm in the meeting and we're talking about this is what I'll say. So I know a couple people that work at Marvel. Generally how it works is they have freedom to kind of do what they want to do. Now, Kevin Feige will come in and say, no, yes, no, yes, no, no, no. The animated and Cougler stuff, I don't know. I don't work there, but that would just be odd to me. And let's just say hypothetically that is the thing. Let's say he did have to. Hey, Cougler, you know, I'm thinking about using T'Challa in X-Men 97. What is Cougler gonna say? No, like that doesn't affect him. You know what I'm saying? There's no effect to what he's doing in X-Men 9.
He might see it and get sad. No, for real. He might see that joint on Disney Plus and start crying. Now we don't want that. We don't want that.
Well, is he crying with baby T'Challa that's running around? There's a baby T'Challa cartoon.
Tina, he shouldn't be crying at all. He shouldn't be crying at all. Shouldn't even be a thing we asking or considering. But when you listen no, it shouldn't be. We're making content. We're writing IP. I shouldn't have to walk into.
Don't get to messing with my shit. No,
but that's not
no shit. This is something continued from 1990s. This is 1997.
It is his. This is no different than what James Gunn and Matt Reeves is going through. Don't come over here messing with my stuff. Y'all hired me to do stuff. Don't come messing with my stuff.
That's my thinking on it as well. But I was talking to a casual person today, and I was telling them about the whole thing. I was like, oh, and I said I used the words his character within the MCU, and then he said, whoa. He said, what do you mean his character? He's like, I don't really know a lot about Black Panther outside of talking. He's like, what do you mean his character? I was like, I mean his character. He's like, so he's like, Ryan Coogler made Black Panther? I said no. He's like, well, then how does he have ownership over the character?
He don't. Let's say we are all on this stream together. We are all in the Pantheon family, right? And y'all say, well, Tina, you handle all the female comic book content. You do this, you do this, you do this. I would be highly pissed off if I come to work and Chillmonger says, well, Tina, Darius had input on Wonder Woman, and this is what he wants you to talk about. And I would be like, well, y'all gave me the female stuff. So I think that's how, like, no, don't come in here making changes to Okoye and Shuri that I have to then deal with. No, don't do that. I need input.
It's a corporation.
It's not a change. Like, this is you would be the change as the Ryan Coogler or as the new person. This is something that existed in 1997. And in the Fantastic Four cartoon, T'Chaka is dead. So you are changing something.
Canon.
No, I'm talking about in live action. I'm not talking about this cartoon stuff, because that's what we were talking about when I was like, yeah, you gotta run live action by me. No, that's why I said I don't believe this animated situation. Live action, yeah, I can see them saying you need to go talk to Cougler before you get to doing stuff. I don't know. I ain't gonna call that man no liar. It just sounds weird to me.
That sounds like a very weird lie to just say, oh yeah, even the hairstyles too. Like, oh, okay, thanks, Beau. That's a lot of info.
It just doesn't track with what he said previously.
It doesn't.
That's the true point I made. You said humanity over continuity first.
I feel that he said that because he felt, and when it was a year ago, he was like, oh yeah, most people aren't ready for the T'Challa thing. But he's seen enough recast T'Challa throughout his timeline. That's why today he's like, oh yeah, T'Challa's the in thing. So I've moved my position to now, that's what it feels like.
I've moved my position because I'm trying to steer the pot, or I move the position because that's the card I want to play today because I feel black enough. I'm confused on him being able to move the position on the chessboard. So I guess he's the queen piece. He can go anywhere on the board he wants to go.
Well, there's only one general truth. Did you originally write T'Challa, and did you get notes from them saying no T'Challa? That's no matter how he feels about it or how he wants to word the tweet. There's only one true way that happened, and he either chose T'Challa and he got it shot down and it was T'Chaka, or he chose T'Chaka.
But who shot him down? Because it sounds like he said, I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to go through Cougler, which is crazy.
It sounds like he said that.
Isn't that what he said? He was like, I backed out of it because all my stuff had to go through Cougler. Isn't that what he said? Doesn't sound like he
did go through Cougler. It was vetted by Cougler. I'll read it.
That's not what he said.
It says Marvel didn't want to use him, and I understood their emotional reaction.
Keep going.
Also, anytime I use Black Panther characters, my usage and designs to be vetted by Ryan Coogler using T'Chaka is also allowed me. So that it kind of reads like he was told, but then anything further about using T'Challa would have had to gone through Cougler. So to avoid that, he went another way. Is what
I can read that.
Also allowed me to skip the headache. I see that now, reading it a little different.
Yeah.
Okay. Skip the
So what does it
headache
mean
of having
Marvel
to talk
told
to Cougler and be like, "Oh, this is what I want to do." Ryan,
Which
blah,
still
blah.
puts Ryan Coogler in the same type of light. Now you're presenting him as an obstacle to have to do your work.
Right.
You
Like,
know,
what,
you're-
I
you're
mean, what
presenting
would
him
it
as a
really with the
problem.
headache be? Hey, Cougler, I want to use T'Challa.
Yeah,
Like,
but
what is the
it feels
headache?
like Marvel, when he said Marvel told him, let's just say it's Brad Winderbaum. Brad Winderbaum
He
is
knows
Marvel.
what the headache
So
is.
Brad told me, nah, we can't do it because I already know Ryan Coogler's position on this. So he didn't even need to go and bug Cougler for that information about using T'Challa. It had to be T'Chaka.
I think Cougler's only question is this going to be canon? Does this affect live action? No. Oh, well, do what the hell you want to do.
I would hope that would be the answer, but I
So
hope.
then, if that let's say that that's Ryan's thinking. It's like, okay, is this not canon? Do what the hell you want to do? Then why T'Chaka? Why go the T'Chaka route?
Well, it sounds like Beau
all
didn't
of it
even
still
take
has to
it
go
from
through
you.
Cougler, right? T'Chaka has to go through Cougler. Dora has to, or is it just T'Challa goes through Cougler? It sounds like the whole Black Panther
Yeah, I would
universe has
assume
to go
it's
through
the
Cougler.
franchise. Yeah,
Yeah.
So how did you make the executive decision to do T'Chaka then?
right.
You see how?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, it just, I've been saying, we have a group message, the three of us, me, Chill, and Marcus, and I don't send them anymore because I guess I felt like I was the only one that really cared about it in the group message. But I used to send screenshots. Like, remember, I would send screenshots like, he's not telling us some shit about Black Panther because he knows some shit. And I've been saying he knows, like, it's just not connecting. The pieces aren't connecting. The stuff he's saying is not connecting. And I don't know.
He still want to work there, y'all. Let's keep
Of
it
course.
funky. He talking shit,
course.
but he still wants to work there, so he ain't gonna uncover everything.
Yeah.
He got to save something for the lawsuit if it actually make it to court.
Definitely.
Oh, it's going to court. We got a court date. It's going. Unless they settle.
You don't think they gonna settle before? I think they gonna settle before.
I don't know, man. Beau be talking so much shit. They might want to take him. They might challenge him. That's why I be like, bruh, just stop.
But do you think the stuff that he got is legit though? Do you think they actually talked to him the way they talked to him? They had pictures of him showing them to the exec, showing it to his son and all that other stuff.
I think he
Like
has
some
a
of that
case.
stuff is legit.
I think
if
he
it's
has a
real.
case.
So
I think he has a case. Yeah.
So you gonna let the discovery open up over Beau DeMayo and all of this stuff going on with his coworkers? I think we just set you with a new group of coworkers and we can move
I don't
on.
know. The way he's going, they might want to just rock with him. That's why I'm like, bruh, stop.
He feels like he feel like he got done dirty, and this is his only way of getting revenge on them is by putting things, and not only that for his own benefit, but he's also throwing plants out in people's ears like this is how they really get down.
And I believe
y'all don't like y'all. He like y'all don't know how they get down. I worked with them. I've been in meetings with them. This is who they really are. What they present to you on these conferences, on these red carpets, that's just the facade. I've been in the room with them and had conversations. This is them.
Yeah.
And what I'm presenting to you, this isn't even the whole thing, not even by a long shot. But I bet you if I could be a fly on the wall in the courtroom when this thing goes to trial, I can only imagine what I would hear. I can imagine from both sides.
So we get access to emails, all type of communication. Oh man, please open it up.
One of the questions is too, how much of this is really like is really factual on his end and not disgruntled?
That too.
Listen, some of the things he's saying, look, I believe it. I've heard of people getting phone calls 5 o'clock in the morning. Get up, we need you to do this.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I've heard some things. So everything, I'm not saying everything he's saying is true. I wasn't there. I don't know. But I think there is levity in some of the things he's saying for sure.
I think
those
there's
VF
enough
workers were saying that.
I think there's enough circumstantial evidence surrounding Marvel to suggest what he's talking about is real. He talked about workplace safety violations, right, at Marvel that he brought up as a concern. Somebody died on the Wonder Man set. Letitia Wright broke her shoulder and her collarbone recording Wakanda Forever. Like, there are legitimate things. I think Harrison Ford fell doing Dial of Destiny. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
they people out here really getting injured on these Disney sets. And one of his main things was like, hey, listen, man, y'all got some inappropriate shit going on here, and some of the working conditions is dangerous. And he's saying that was the driving force for him getting out of there at the end, was him bringing some of that information to a high level executive. So if he's able to get discovery over that shit, give us the reports of all your accidents on set. Give us the reports of all your inappropriate workplace relationships and who they were reported by. Like that's shit Disney do not want to sit up here and comb through in court.
Oh,
So
good point. Victoria Alonso sued after
Of course, she ran the same
She
playbook.
got fired and got
Gina
her.
Carano got her job
Like
back.
Disney wants to go.
Look.
They want to settle.
And then look at what happened with Scarlett Johansson after Black
Yep.
Widow. She said,
Yep.
I don't
Settle.
care. She said,
Settle.
I don't care about no pandemic. You told
Pay
me
me.
my movie was going to get a theatrical release and it was going to run from this time to this time. Now, I don't care what's going on in the world. You got to pay me. And
Yeah.
she got paid and probably then some.
But look, Torian, now they writing up stories about how over his life in the MCU, Robert Downey Jr. then made $500-600 million. So
Exactly.
I had to take you to court for $20 million, and you paid this Joker.
Paid this man
17
hundreds of
times
millions
that?
of dollars.
Okay, all
It
right.
wasn't even 20 million. That it wasn't even 20. That the report was she's disgruntled. Look, she made $20 million throughout her whole career. She wasn't even suing for 20 million. They was just highlighting, like, look at all this money she's made. And then we find out
Yeah.
this joker made $500 million.
Man, what $500 million? You better pay me. You better pay me.
Look, she
And
probably
that-
only
and now-
wanted like $2 million.
And now look at Scarlett. She did this Jurassic World movie, and now she's the highest
Thank.
paid actress in
Thank.
the world.
Thank.
I mean, she's
One
still
is-
working with Marvel. She's producing what did she
No, she wanted her credit off Thunderbolts.
well, that
Is she
is
producing
right.
something new?
No, it was the Thunderbolts thing. That is right. She wanted her credits off Thunderbolts.
She probably said, I ain't have nothing to do with that. Take it off.
Yeah.
Okay, but the settlements are a thing, and Beau DeMayo has you said he got a court date soon. How soon?
Yeah, it's October.
October. Okay.
It's soon.
Couple months.
So they got a month.
They
No,
got
really a
month.
month. In my mind, August is gone. I'm already.
August is basically gone.
I'm already.
I mean,
It is August
do that to me.
15th over here on
This
the East
summer been
Coast.
moving so fast. Don't
It's
do that to
halfway
me.
through August.
So the mission was using Hollywood Reporter, using Snyder, using anyone who listened, besmirch him, hurt his reputation. Then we're gonna settle. And since we hurt his credibility so much, he'll be glad to settle for like a few million less than what would have happened. They were always gonna settle this because Discovery is a problem for them.
I don't think they were going to settle. I think they wanted to fight this. And a part of me feels like this is about to be maybe some Drake Universal type thing that they might be looking at, because you know how they look at us. They might be looking at him like, yeah, we settle with everybody else, but you acting different. We about to show you.
They say you
We gonna
acting
show
real
you.
uppity.
You acting a little different.
So we gonna have to put you in
Look,
your
Gina
place.
went away. We didn't hear nothing from Gina. Victoria went away. Like, you know, through their whole legal process, they was a little quiet. And I've been telling Beau, stop.
And Gina ain't hurting because I actually found out that she's an heir to a whole casino empire based out of Nevada. That woman come from old money. So whatever they paid her over there is
Most
probably
white
nothing
folks.
for her.
Yeah, she's living the white dream, the white story.
She probably even need the money. She just wanted to she just wanted to quote unquote, I guess, clear her name.
Yeah,
you know,
prove a
everything that's
point.
going over there.
Yeah.
So if you're Beau DeMayo, you've been blackballed.
And basically say that that Disney can be dealt with if you go through the right channels, it can be done.
Yeah,
I think she wanted back in at Lucasfilm. I think that was the.
I think she did too. I think she did too. Because they was about to give her a whole spinoff.
Yep.
Around her
they
character.
finna let her do a cameo and she finna be gone about her business.
Oh yeah,
They
no,
not
the show is
finna
done.
involve
Yeah.
her.
The show arc that they had planned for her went to Bo-Katan. It's over with for that, but she can be in some cameos.
Okay, Beau DeMayo does have the power to take this to court, go into Discovery. I don't think, even if it's just Beau, it's just you. They just don't want the Discovery out there. Whether they get the guilty verdict, not guilty verdict, the answers, things being revealed in court, are not necessarily what they're looking for. And if they had a leg to stand on that Hollywood Reporter Thursday evening, late report that they just gave us, they would have had more than egregious findings.
I mean, everybody runs the risk of things being exposed. So you gotta,
What's his loss? He's
Gotta weigh the
blackballed.
pros and
None of these
cons.
studios are hiring him. I think.
I don't know about that.
I'd say credibility even more so. It could be his credibility could be damaged even more.
Even more. All right, so I'm just looking at like what are the losses you already have, the reputation you have. How much worse can it get? So I don't know. I guess I'm alone on this one. Where Beau DeMayo's status and
I'm
reputation.
with you. Just stop talking. I'm with you. I believe in suing people. Sue, but stop talking.
No, I'm alone on his status is already taking a hit, and nothing can repair this. Even if he wins and gets victorious, they're always gonna. It'll hurt him.
He'll
Like,
be if
Nah.
he wins.
if he wins,
If he
gets it back.
wins,
Yeah.
they'll rehab it because then it'll be in their best interest to play it off like it ended amicably.
Yeah.
So they won't be so focused on tarnishing his reputation anymore. They'll want them actually to seem a little bit better, so they look like amicable sides, coming to an
You're
agreement.
so evil.
And a part of my settlement is I do want to work with X-Men again.
I want to work on X-Men. Yeah, we're not getting out of this without me working on X-Men.
Especially
that would be my
since season
thing.
two, especially since season 2 was already done, and you just
Done.
went and took my name off of it, threw someone else on there, and then revamped it to whatever we're about to receive.
Hey,
I
if
don't
season
know.
2 is trash.
And
if
from what I've
season 2
heard,
is
it sounds
trash,
like it's going to be mid.
It
and
is
it's a shame.
guaranteed they will
And
go
it's a
get his ass
shame.
back. Guaranteed they will go get his ass back.
I'm not gonna watch in solidarity.
He gonna watch. You might as well watch. He gonna watch.
He gonna watch it. He gonna watch it so he can trash it.
So he can trash
what he
it.
gonna
So he can
do.
trash
He
it
can trash
episode by episode. He should
said
hold
he
a
has
live
friends.
stream. He
He
should
said-
do episode breakdowns of season 2 of X-Men 97.
He gonna say
Would have red pen. Would have
Right,
red
he-
pen. I would've done. See, this is not-
The
this is
red
not
pen
how
of death.
Thor moves.
He gonna say this is what
content
y'all
I did,
got.
boy. That's
He
free
said this is what
content
y'all
right
got,
there.
but let me show you what
That's
I
true.
was gonna do. You know?
Mm.
That's true. That's true. That is free content. He can make some
As a
real
matter of
money
fact,
off
no,
that.
he gonna go on there and tweet about it. Then he gonna go hop on Instagram live and just talk on there too each episode. So this is what happened here. But what I had,
Oh no,
was
brother, no,
this
brother.
and
Y'all,
this.
y'all are forgetting. After he views it, it'll be behind that paywall again. Come on over to OnlyFans.
Actually, that's
Right.
likely. I could see that.
Come on over to
I hate
OnlyFans.
it when he was doing that, man. I like that he's revealing all of this stuff on Twitter now. I'm not paying you to hear the tea, bro. I'm not.
When is X-Men 97 coming out?
He'll-
I have
he'll-
got to tell
he'll
him,
tweet-
please
he'll
make sure
tweet
you live
something.
tweet. Please.
He'll live tweet. He'll live tweet, but the good stuff he'll be like, keep it short and simple. Like the good stuff will be like, all right. Now the rest I'm doing a live over on OnlyFans about 5 minutes.
I understand how that you can make you money. I get it, but I also get that you want to do something that many people can see. If you can be the talk of the internet world, like every night after an X-Men episode, you got 5,000 people in your live chat, super chats, and all that good stuff. You are still making money. Plus, you built your channel because you got all these subscribers, and maybe they'll stick with you afterwards. So you take advantage of it to become more popular, and with popularity comes long-term, ad revenue and different YouTube videos you could do.
If I was Beau, that would be one of my demands. You don't want me to go to court, then I want to be in charge of the live action X-Men stuff. Jake, or whatever his name is, Toodles.
Jay Castorino.
Nah, I'm talking about
Who's
Schreier.
writing it? Schreier's directing.
Oh, you
Who's the
mean
writer?
live action X-Men? You want Shire?
Yeah.
Off. Oh, okay.
He wants
That's the
live
lucky
action.
guy.
He wants live action.
If I'm Beau, that would be my demand. You don't want me to go live to public with this, unless they're thinking like Tina's thinking, "Oh, nigga, we gonna teach you a lesson." Then I would tell them, "All right, then give me the live action X-Men."
And no one would be opposed to it because they saw what he did with X-Men 97. I mean, people would be off. I think that conversation even
Why not
came
just
up
let him
after
write?
the first season of X-Men 97.
Well, yeah,
Like,
write it.
he
That's
was
what I'm talking
mentioning
about.
his
Write it.
Yeah,
They
let
was
him write it.
mentioning his
Let
name. He's
Shire
like,
direct.
they said, why they was asking, like, can he do the live action? Can he do the writing for live action X-Men? Because this was phenomenal what he did with X-Men 97.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Let him write it.
That could work. Let Shire direct and let Beau write it.
I do not like Schreier, Jesus, but I'll be there. I'll be there,
I don't think he's
child.
gonna make the cut either. I don't think he's gonna make the cut, but I think he's the first pick, not the last.
I'll be there, child.
I think that he's just they're happy with him right now. So
Why?
They like Thunderbolts. They viewed it as a success.
They like Thunderbolts. Where I feel like we live in La La Land sometimes, bro. Like there's no way that y'all work at this company. Y'all sit on these quarterly earnings meetings. You be listening to Bob Iger spit out these numbers. Iger telling us we just gonna stop telling y'all about the subscriber numbers because it doesn't ever really feel like it feels good. And then they be in these bubbles like, oh my gosh, yes, Thunderbolts was just such a great movie. We did such a great job. I'm so proud of it. Jake Shire should be the next lead director on the X-Men. Like,
not Thunderbolts 2. You got the X-Men. That's a crazy jump. That's a wild jump.
You ain't even get a sequel on your own film. They bumped you up to talk about failing up. That's how
I felt when Iger was in the tabloids the other day talking about some damn hold our beer. We're working on Fantastic Four 2 right now. We happy with the numbers.
Yeah, they gotta say. Listen, that's how I know that's a bunch of crap. Because when they saw that 66% second weekend drop on Fantastic Four, we got to work quick. I know. Let's have a teaser of Tom Holland wearing that Spider-Man suit. Like they went straight into the Spider-Man Brand New Day promo when they saw that drop for Fantastic Four in that second weekend. They said, oh, nah, we got to get ahead of this. Let's start doing the promos right now for a movie that's coming out a year from now. So,
look, and I would be okay with it if it's fair across the board. If we letting people fail up, let Nia DaCosta do a damn Storm movie. Shit, the Marvels failed. Give her a big movie too. We don't get that. We don't get that though. We don't get that.
That's
a
fact.
That's it. Is a fact. That's my only argument with it. If we gonna let everybody fail up, let everybody fail up.
That's true. That's a good point. Brother Stark said. They said, well, actually now Fantastic Four has surpassed Brave New World, but Brave New World was holding in there for a while.
Yeah,
but they didn't announce anything.
I've been seeing on Twitter all the little outlets sharing Fantastic Four is the highest grossing. Is that an accomplishment for Marvel? Like it's the highest grossing film opposed to Brave New fucking World, where a theater collapsed, Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts. And what was the other one? Was that it?
It's just like when they pop out about Disney Plus, where they'd be like, "This is the most viewed show on Disney Plus this year." Oh no shit, no shit. It's Bluey and commercials on Disney Plus. That's the only thing that's on there.
They hyped up Daredevil Born Again, and it didn't even chart. Meanwhile, the show that didn't get no promo but got bashed daily since its announcement charted. It charted.
I hate that I have to say this. 3 episodes means there was more millions of minutes watch time.
Don't, because we will argue about this to the death. Let's don't do it.
Hey, I'm gonna
divide the 3 episodes.
Clearly, I'm falling asleep on my mic. I'm gonna leave if y'all start this up.
No, don't do it, chill. Don't, because we will be on here.
I said enough. Actually, I did. I said enough. They understood.
Don't do it. Because I'm gonna get my blood pressure up.
Hey.
Get my freaking blood pressure up.
It's okay. We're in the same gang.
Me and Blue gonna argue about this tomorrow, so I'm not gonna argue tonight. But don't do that 3-episode drop. Don't do it.
Math numbers.
This is my argument. Doesn't everybody do it? If you look at the freaking charts, do you know when they calculate Squid Game's numbers, they calculate it for every season?
We're doing it. Marcus,
We're not doing
it. It's been real. I love y'all, Patreon.
I'm not doing it, Marcus. I'm not.
Appreciate you. Hey, Torian, it's been real. Hey, yo, Tina, I appreciate
not gonna let y'all do this to the black woman. I'm not on my watch.
We're not doing it on your watch. We're not doing it.
No. Nah, damn it. We're not doing it now.
I'm hating. Yes, I'm hating.
Yes, because you got to keep that energy across the board. If we're going to judge Ironheart like that, judge every other show that has multi-episode drops.
Yes.
Squid Game drops all the episodes at once.
You're right.
Thank you.
Are we comparing Daredevil to Ironheart, though?
Did Daredevil drop how many episodes when they came out?
Began with 2. First 2. They began with 2, had 2 in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Let's stop at the beginning. They dropped 2.
2 was more than 3?
Do you know what the run times are?
About the same?
No.
Ironheart was like an hour. Wasn't it? Like 40 minutes.
Ironheart was knocking at about what? 30,
40,
40
50
minutes. So
Okay,
let's
40
say they were 10 minutes longer. Is that really that big of a damn difference?
Which one was 10 minutes longer?
Let's just say overall Ironheart had 10 minutes longer of viewer time.
for their 3 episodes compared to
For 3
Daredevil
episodes.
2.
Let's say hypothetically. Somebody still had to sit and watch all 3 of the damn episodes, right?
Oh my! I can't believe that's your take.
You said let's just do the math. Pull up the runtime for Daredevil. Pull up the runtime for the. Why didn't people stop after episode 1 with Ironheart?
That still ain't happening.
And Ironheart had to fight racism. Daredevil had white supremacy on their side and still didn't chart.
And had much more promo behind it too. I mean, they
more
hyped it up.
promo.
And they had a lot of promo behind Daredevil. Ironheart, literally, people was asking where the heck is that trailer at, and then they dropped it on the same day as the Superman trailer.
I'm sorry, we had to fight racism. I'm sorry.
A month before the show come out, they dropped their teaser, their main, and their final trailer all in like 3 weeks. And the show
I don't feel like the counter arguments being well represented here so far. So I want to say that it also
No, Marcus, that's cheating.
Poor narrative.
We can't.
Poor narrative and not so great writing overall. That was also present in the show. But
we just talking about who watched. Who watched.
No, you sure?
Who watched?
Look, I congratulate Ironheart for charting where a lot of other Disney Plus shows didn't perform that well. And Tori and Tina are right. It was a horribly marketed television show. Like, for a Disney Plus show, it was
and
terribly marketed.
We had to fight a lot of phobias and racism.
I didn't care for some of the narratives that were being pushed in there. I didn't like that we went to an anti-hero narrative for Riri when she's written in the comics as a hero. It was just some things in there I would have done differently, but that doesn't speak to the actual numbers of the show. It charted because it charted. I think,
and that's all that.
It charted 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It might be charted 3 weeks. Don't let me pull up Nelson. It better not be on there for 3 weeks, because y'all really ain't gonna hit the end of it.
And the thing is, it wasn't even that much of a drop because it was 6 one week and it was 7 another week. So it wasn't like, oh, it went from 6 to 10. So and the numbers were still kind of even too. They weren't even off by much between both of those weeks.
Hey yo, Best Eater. It's too late, brother. It's too late. All right. too late.
Hey, this is my new favorite commenter, Best Eater.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, it charted.
It charted.
Hey,
period.
That's all you can say is that it charted. And you can attribute that to a lot of the people that probably hate watched the show. So the people that were trashing it are probably the ones that also watched it and also forced people who were not going to watch it to end up watching it.
Because why did y'all watch it the next week?
Because the thing is, here's the thing: if they would have left well enough alone and didn't trash it, the show probably wouldn't have charted. But you gave it free promo. You probably gave it more promo than Disney did.
Thank you, Chill. This is when men know to hush. Just let me have it, and life is good. This is how y'all win. If y'all got women, just be quiet. Let us have it.
Absolutely.
Oh, Jesus. Y'all, listen, I don't really like getting up in the morning, but I'm always free for the morning show. Okay. I'm not staying on for 3 hours, but if y'all need me in the morning, I'm available some days. Marcus, I can never come on your show. Sundays, absolutely never. Can't do it. Sundays, I just don't be available.
What is fuck me for?
You should come in the morning. Pull up on Monday?
Huh?
Marcus was supposed to come on Monday.
I was. I'm sorry. I was a little busy in the morning on Monday, but I can no, I can't do tomorrow either. We're gonna find a morning that I can actually sit down at the desk here and stream for a couple hours. I'm usually outside, so it's not. I don't want to do it in my car. It's not really.
Yeah, come on in the mornings. Either one of y'all.
When Game of Thrones starts, I'll definitely be there. I'll be there for the hedge night.
Oh, he's my House of the Dragon.
Yeah. Well, the Hedge Night. Hedge
Can
Night
we
is
do-
in January.
Hedge Night. What's the Hedge Night? That's not the
They
Seven.
that
Yeah,
slid
Night
in
of the
front
Seven-
of the.
Oh,
the
is
Night
that
of
Night the
Seven
Seven Kingdoms? Oh, it
Oh,
is.
okay.
It is in January.
Yeah,
Where's the
allegedly.
damn trailer?
They said George is gonna be at Comic-Con in October. Maybe we'll get it then.
Let's do. We'll talk about it another time. But let's do for people that are watching. If all of us are watching, let's do some after show talks about them.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
know.
Yeah, for sure.
You
Anyway,
gon' think about me when I'm gone. I need that money like the ring I never won.
Did Jonathan Majors get a payout or fired and Kang is done?
He ain't
Fired
getting
and Kang
He
is
no
done.
payout.
Fired and Kang is done.
And honestly, I don't even think he's looking for it. I mean, I think he just wants to be done with this and
Yes.
he's moving on. He's working
Yes.
on his new movie. He's
Move
with
on.
Megan Good. They might be trying to start a family. Let them go. Let him just go right off into the sunset with that. That's where he's
Yes.
at with it.
I'm so glad
No
they
payout.
proved me wrong. I definitely thought their relationship was fake at first. You know, it seems like they actually like a
Listen,
real
Marcus, I'm
deal.
telling you, that's who he was texting.
I did
Yeah.
not. I've been
I'm telling
saying
you,
that. I
is
told
who he was
you.
te- That is who he was texting.
Yep.
That name that was in the phone, that was his
I
full
told
name.
you.
That's what
I
he was
told
texting.
you.
Because what's the irony that he ends up with her after that? Like that's who he was talking to.
Married, like
Married
everything
and
was
all
just
of that.
moving. Boom, boom,
felt
boom,
Really
boom.
fast.
She felt responsible. She was like, Lord, let me just go ahead and stick by your side. Jesus, it's my fault.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It was true love.
Who else? I'm not gonna show up to court with no. I just met. We've been talking for a month.
It was true love.
Child, she was Cleopatra. Megan.
I believe in true love. I think they love each other. I think it was special.
When did they start loving each other? A month after he was running from the white woman? Like where?
It was like they had she was on the beach. She was drinking her bottle of wine. He was like, not today, y'all. I can't do this. He called up Megan. Megan talked him down. He was like, got you, Jonathan. Come in my arms.
He was already tapped out. He was already
the
tapped out of that relationship. He was already tapped out of relationship when he was talking to her. Like, I mean, that's all that was.
you think Aaron Pierre and Shumpert love each other?
That's nothing
Tiana
but
Taylor?
Aaron
That's
Pierre
not-
and Shumpert. You and
Well,
Taylor.
You mean Tiana
you
Taylor?
Taylor.
that is nothing
Miss
but
X
a,
Shumpert.
but a lust-filled sexcapade going on right now. She is tearing his back out.
Oh
He
no!
is tearing his back out. That's what's going on.
No comment. No
He is
comment.
like, whoa.
He like, what did I sign up for?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
All right, cool.
Was that the last super?
Yeah.
Oh, more.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that has been the.
No, it's
Shut
not.
up, Marcus.
One
We
more.
ain't got no more.
He said there's one more.
Someone else has something.
Got a handful of stacks, better grab an umbrella. I make it right. I make it rain on them hoes.
He said, "Okay."
All of y'all, we not doing this tonight. Proceeds to talk about it anyway.
Man, tell him.
I know
Can't
that's
shut up.
crazy.
Me can't shut up. That's why they only invite me like once a month, or I gotta barge my way in. It's me. It's my fault. I take the blame. It's me.
That's
Mhm.
funny. That's
It's hard to respond to because like it would involve talking, right? So yeah, we're not doing this tonight, but proceed to talk about it anyway. Appreciate you, Buckstars. Appreciate you for always watching, along with Raymond and Brother
always,
Stark. And
always.
yeah, man, you guys are here all the time. You make it
Always.
fun. You make it. Oh, it's Thursday at Pantheons tonight. Yeah, I think about that during my week. So thank you.
Likewise. So, yep, that has been the Pantheon, and we do appreciate everybody showing up. Appreciate our guests, Torian and Miss Tina. She dreads me. Marcus is live on Sundays. Chill and I are live tomorrow morning. Tina, I'm sure we'll have some videos coming out, and I'm sure you are. When are you live next? And then Torian
don't
on
go
his
live.
channel. Oh yeah, that's right, you don't.
You know.
And Torian is on his channel. Anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, I will be. Well, you know, I talked about what's yesterday. Now, talked about with that nonsense that's going on in my backyard, known as DC. We won't get into that on here, but it is a mess. But you know, I got 2 videos coming tomorrow at 10 and 3. Then I have True Crime Sundays over on Rumble because I can't do them on here due to copyright issues, but I will be doing them on Sunday. And this Sunday's topic will be on Charles Manson and the Helter Skelter family.
Nice. Nice.
Interesting series.
So go check that out if you are into the true crime investigative stuff there. Torian's going to be doing that. Again, we've all been the Pantheon. Tomorrow morning, you can check us out 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Check out my video that I clipped up. I'll keep it. I'll give it to you. Check out the video from earlier that I clipped up talking about Recast T'Challa. I also had clips and lots of edits of. This is what Cougler said. This is how Feige felt about it. This is the X-Men 97 director. There was a whole lot of work that went into it. So while I cue the Josh, it's in the live chat. Go click on that thing. Cue the Josh.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
I know.